All right, what's good, everyone? Joining up the live right now. How's everyone doing? Joining in. What's good, everyone? What's good? What's good? What's good? How's everyone doing? Hopefully, everyone's doing pretty good. What's up? What's up? What's up? How's everyone doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good to see everyone. We got probably like 3 hours or so on the live for tonight. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? We got about 3 hours or so for tonight. What's good, everyone? What's good? What's good? What's good? Good to see everyone. How's everyone doing again? Hope therapy was good. It was great. It was great. It went well. It went well. What's up, everyone? What's up, Peyton? What's up, user? What's up, Courtney? How you doing? What's up, Diane? I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How about you? What's up, Persephone? How you doing? How you doing? Wasn't he on earlier? I was, but I only got like a little under 4 hours. So I was gonna come on for another 3 hours or so. So, how's everyone doing? I was so bored. Thanks for coming on. I appreciate you for coming through. How's everyone doing? I was first on YouTube. Based? One thing I forgot to grab was something to drink. What's up, Najia? How you doing? How you doing? We meet again. What's up? What's up? What's up? We're gonna start getting some debates up very soon. Only send a guest request if we do support Donald Trump. What's up, Scott? How you doing? How you doing? What's good, everyone? How's everyone doing? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
You've been live every day, and I'm very proud of you. You're doing amazing.
Appreciate you. Doom, thank you so much. I appreciate the membership subscription. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Welcome back, Parker. We missed you.
Appreciate you.
Welcome back.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. W's in the chat. W's in the chat. We're just looking for some debates. Everyone only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Parker, why is your main account always banned? TikTok just hates me. I was on for like an hour today and I got banned within the hour. Like, I don't know why they hate my main account so much. It's kind of ridiculous, to be honest. Alrighty, let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. I live for the night lives. They're fun. They're fun. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's
Hey,
up? How old are
Parker.
you?
I'm 20, but I have a question.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, but can I ask a question? So, all you guys put stream like if you support Trump, come into live, right?
Yeah.
I want to ask the opposite question. Why do you support Kamala?
Okay. All right. All right.
I
So
want to put this on you.
I got you. So you asked me why I support Kamala Harris over Donald Trump. And the answer is very simple to me. Like, she had good policy, right, that I would say in relation to Donald Trump's is significantly better. We can reference the $6,000 child tax credit for the first year of a child's life, $3,600 through them being 5 years old, $3,000 through them being 18, $2,000 cap on pharmaceuticals out of pocket, $35 cap on insulin for everyone, not just people who are on Medicare. Along with the fact that she was advocating for a $25,000 tax credit for first-time homebuyers for new homes. She believes in climate change and actually like supported policy like the Inflation Reduction Act, that the largest investment in renewable energy ever would have put us back in the Paris Climate Accords, for actually engaging on an international basis for that. Plus, we would have had more funding for the CDC, for the World Health Organization that Donald Trump pulled us in terms of our funding, and restricted funding for the CDC. We'd have more funding in terms of NASA, specifically for scientific development, which is incredibly important within the field. Incredibly important. A lot of jobs were cut relating to the scientific fields for essentially no reason, because it is the case that like literally like it's essentially practically no revenue comparative to the overall system.
Does she believe in removing illegal immigrants? Does she believe in that? Like, was she gonna do that too if she became president?
Well, she was. Undocumented immigrants would be deported under her position, but it is the case that she would prioritize people who are coming to the country who have committed violent crimes or bad crimes, right? Whereas specifically with Donald Trump, there's less prioritization there, and Donald Trump essentially will disproportionately deport more people who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes, or who are people who I think I should not be aborted, right?
But aren't they
Deported. Jesus Christ, what is wrong?
Aren't they already committing a crime if they're coming over illegally though?
So just because they're committing a crime doesn't mean that we think that they're like doing something wrong or immoral.
But that is the crime. Crossing the border illegally is a crime.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean that I think that they're doing something like morally wrong insofar as that they should be punished. Jaywalking is also against the law, right? Yeah, I don't think
That's
that it should be
really
enforced in all
different.
scenarios.
That's not a good analogy for
Why
that.
is that not?
That's completely different.
Why? How is that different? In what way?
They're leaving their country to come to America. Yes, that's a good thing, but why can't they just do it the right thing? Now, yes, jaywalking is bad, but everyone and their mother does it, right? And a cop is not gonna
Wait.
stop.
Saying everyone does it does not demean how bad it is. You just need to
Well, I
point
need
to
to
the fact
finish.
that like there's nothing wrong with it, given that you're not putting anyone's safety at risk. You know?
Yes, but they are different in their own ways, though.
And well, like in what relevant way in terms of how I'm comparing it?
Well, I can say illegal immigrants crossing the border is different by jaywalking because why can't they just um why can't they just be documented and go with the process?
Oh well, because the system takes so long for people to go through. Does it
So
make sense? Like
that's
on average, it takes 5 to 7 years, and oftentimes over $10,000 for people to get into the country.
so that's a good reason why they should just cross the border illegally. That's not really a good reason.
It makes sense to me, honestly.
It makes sense to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they just should cut in front of people that actually have been going with the process, waiting those years, but instead
Well,
they're just
it shouldn't take that long for people who are going through the legal process either.
but they're cutting
Coral,
in
thank you
line
for the
with
5
those,
membership subscriptions. Thank you so much.
they're cutting in line
Well,
with
technically,
those
if they
people that
never
are
go in the
actually
line, they're
waiting.
not cutting the line.
They are cutting the
Wait,
line.
they never went in the line. What are you talking about?
Exactly, they're cutting
Wait,
through it because
So,
they're not
wait,
going in it.
how does that make the system worse? Because doesn't it not even clog up the system if they didn't go through it that
If
way?
people aren't using the
If they went through
system,
if they
then they're
went through
not
the
going to
legal
use it.
system, wouldn't that technically mean that there'd be more people going through the legal system, whereas they went through the system undocumented, meaning that they didn't even go through the line? So
Wait, what?
it's not gonna. Well, yeah. So in one scenario, there's a longer line. In the other scenario, there's not, because they didn't even go through that
The other
process.
scenario is cutting through it.
Meaning
They're not.
meaning they didn't even go in that line in the first place. Meaning that they're not clogging up the line. What does that even mean? How could they be quote unquote clogging up the line if they never went even to the line in the first place?
True, but also you said that that the system's bad, and somebody said that it's too expensive and it can take like a long time. Right now, that's why they're crossing the border illegally. Now, them not using the system properly and not being documented and waiting those however many years and actually paying that money, them not doing that is making the people that made the system not make it better because they're not using the system. Now, how if they don't use the system, why should they just make it better then?
What? Repeat that last question. I'm confused.
So if the immigrants aren't using the system, right? The legal immigrants, if they're not using the system, right? Why should they just make it better? Like they're not gonna make the system better if people aren't using the system that's already made right now. So I bet if they
They're
made
not
it,
gonna
if they
make the system better if people aren't using the system right now. I'm confused.
the system we have right now, like the process, or sorry, the process that we have right now
Yeah.
to cross the border, right? They're not gonna if they're not using it, right, and waiting those years, right, then then they're not gonna make it better.
But, okay. Well, I'm confused. They're not making it worse.
Well, you said it's already bad, right?
Yeah, it's bad. It takes long to get in the country. Yeah, it takes too long.
Right, and you're saying that it shouldn't take that long, right?
Yeah.
Right now, now when the fuck, you're losing me. You're
Yeah.
hurting my
Where
brain.
am I losing you?
You're staring at me. When you and Dean gonna date?
Are you just trolling me, bro?
Well, at first I wasn't trolling, but now I actually want to ask that question. At first I wasn't trolling.
Do you want to debate? Actually, like otherwise, I'll
Yes,
just
but I want you and Dean to debate.
Cole. Think of the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
When
Thank
are you
you.
gonna do that?
Never.
Why? I don't understand why.
We have zero disagreements, dude. We're the same person.
No.
No, not a
I'm,
single.
I'm
We
sure
have
there's a
zero. We
topic
have
where you
zero
guys.
disagreements,
I'm
dude.
sure there's a topic where you guys definitely disagree.
Zero
You,
disagreements.
you
Not a
guys have the
single
same
one.
abortion, the same abortion.
Same view
Right?
on everything, dude. Identical
I don't believe
perspectives.
that. I don't believe that.
Well, that's
That-
too bad,
That's not true. You just don't want to debate. That's it.
dude. We've already debated on live a million times. Like,
No, you have not.
and any position we have in distinction would just be how we use terminology. Like,
You're telling me you've debated and you've disagreed, not, and you've agreed the whole time.
well, because all of the disagreements we've debated on, like Dean when he first got on TikTok, he used to be like a libertarian, and we used to debate on that. I like kind of led to his perspective changing along with other people, and now he's like progressive
That's why
in
you never
ideology.
disagree because you guys put each other on to every
Yeah, we talk to each other.
Everything
We're friends. We're good friends, and we talk to each other about things.
Just because you're friends doesn't mean you can't disagree on stuff.
We do, and when we do, we talk
You
about it.
just said you never disagree. You've never.
I was
you've never
joking, dude.
disagreed.
I was obviously joking
Okay, so then why can't you debate?
because I don't know what we debate on.
Stuff you disagree on.
Yeah, we'll find some niche topic to debate on.
Like what?
Dude, I don't know.
Do you
Can
guys disagree on abortion?
If you don't talk to me about the topic, I'm gonna kick you off.
Why? Does TikTok hate that?
Let's go on to the next person. You know what's up, you?
Hey, how's it going? I'm 21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I don't support Donald Trump, but I want to debate you on your pro.
You know what's up, you?
I'm 4.
You know what's up, how old are you?
Yeah, how you doing? Yeah, I'm 19.
What's your birth year?
Yeah, 2006.
Okay, do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'll say so.
What's your birth month?
Birth month, March.
Okay. So, why do you support Donald Trump?
The border, mainly.
What about the border?
A lot of illegals were let in the country under Biden and Kamala.
Kamala, are you trolling?
No, I'm not, because there's a lot of niggers in the country. There's a lot of niggers.
Dude, what is wrong with people? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
26.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Neither.
Okay. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump.
It was up
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
20
What's your birth year?
at 2005. Just wait to say I love you, bro.
Appreciate
Keep
you.
up the good work.
Appreciate you. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, Dean, you're a W.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump, everybody. We are just looking for some debates. Please only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump, everybody. I was like, do we even have new guest requests? I think everyone I've already added up. Andor's been on the live already. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. What's your birth year?
2004.
Okay, and you said you're 21? Okay. What month?
Yeah. March.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump?
Because I like him.
What about him?
I don't know.
I'm just gonna kick them. I just assumed it was gonna not go good, so I kicked them immediately. Feisty, thank you so much for the membership subscription, by the way. Thank you so much. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty. Maudie, thank you so much for the $4.20. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. For sure. Santana, type in the chat. Absolutely. If I see you, I'll make sure to mod you. I haven't added all my mods on this account. All right. By the way, if you're a Trump supporter, you want to debate, make sure to send a guest request. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Kind of.
What's your birth year?
May 2002.
Okay. And you said you're how old?
I'm 23.
Okay. Then here's my question. You said you kind of do. Like, if you could go back in time and either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Well, I didn't vote in the last election. I voted for Joe Biden in the first election.
Okay, but if you could
I-
go back in time and vote again and either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump with the information that you have right now, what would you do?
I still think I wouldn't vote. I wouldn't vote.
Okay. We are just looking for people who support Donald Trump. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yeah, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? There's no way I put them to sleep already. I've been live for like 17 minutes. Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, hi. So, I was on here earlier.
You sound like a fetus. I'm gonna go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Parker, you look sad/tired. I'm not. I'm just elevated. Apparently not
Parker,
enough.
you're the go.
Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Apparently not enough. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
13.
Zygote? Zygote? Diabolical chat. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Huh?
How old are you?
What?
How old are you?
Speak up.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
31.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Sent you and Dean some money over on your PayPal. Please help Dean get a lawyer. The man needs one so bad right now.
I got you.
I got you guys.
I got you. Appreciate you. Thank you so much, by the way. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Yeah, it's really brutal right now on the internet. It's actually insane. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's good? Yo, I'm straight out of 42.
Do you live in the UK?
I'm 42. Yeah.
Okay.
What's up with
We are just looking for some people who support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Just hit a blinker, apparently. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
What's your birth year?
2005.
You said you're 19. What month?
November.
November. Okay. Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Why so?
Well, why did you and Dean, or I guess just Dean, sorry. Why did Dean dox that dad?
Can you define doxing?
I mean, he encouraged his supporters to call CPS on him.
Define doxing.
The act of intentionally leaking someone's information.
Someone just information in general?
Or, I mean...
Your name is Brandon. Did I just dox you?
No,
Like
I mean...
what?
I mean, you can say it in a dumb way all you want, but...
Like, did I just dox you by saying your name is Brandon?
Yeah, you can say it in a nuanced way all you want, but it's not as nuanced as it was.
But that was you. I just gave up your information on the live.
He told his supporters to go call CPS on that dad when the dad did nothing wrong.
No, there's no way you believe that, because you know that when we're referencing the like the dad there, like that person that was on the live that was debating Dean, I would love for you to go to Dean's Twitter and watch the 5-minute long video and then come back. Can you do that?
I did
real
watch
quick?
the video.
You watched
Yeah,
the
I did
whole
watch
5-minute long video,
I've
and you
watched
said
the
you
video,
think
and
that he's normal.
I've seen his comments after, yeah.
So the child sexual abuse material that he said was totally justified for parents
He
to
didn't
show
say that.
other parents.
He didn't
Do you
say
think
that.
that's okay?
He didn't say that.
He did.
He didn't say that at all.
He did.
Maybe you and Dean were too stupid to understand what he was saying.
Really, we're just too stupid. Really.
Yeah.
Really? How are we stupid?
I mean, I think he was saying that, his child should never be put in that position to
But he
begin
thinks
with.
it's totally okay for other parents to do so, because
No.
I just want to tell you the original point of the conversation they were engaging in is they were talking about Donald Trump perving on girls as young as 15 years old, right, within the Miss Teen USA, right, that were
Obviously, that
changing
conversation
and that were
moved
naked
into the
specifically. They were changing and were
conversation
naked.
about
Wait, hold up, listen.
rights.
Can I please? That were changing
Children
and were
rights.
naked.
It was
And
more about children rights.
can you please listen?
That specific part of the conversation was about children rights. And if the parental rights of the children differ from the rights of the children.
Am I able to clarify or no?
Go ahead.
Yeah, so if you actually look at the conversation, they were talking about how Donald Trump was walking into changing rooms of teenage girls, right, and perving on them, right, which Donald Trump admitted to, right, and there was a victim that came out that was 18 years old. There was 4 girls as young as 15 years old, and Donald Trump was talking, or Dean was talking about Donald Trump doing this.
Irrelevant
I mean,
to
can I
how he
please
doxed
finish
them.
speaking? Can I please finish speaking?
This is completely irrelevant to how he doxed them.
Again, not doxing. I'm still giving you. If you don't listen, I'm just gonna kick you, because I don't care to have a conversation with you if you're not going to engage.
It would be harassment, technically. I mean, I hope you guys get sued for that. Kick me all you want, but...
Yeah, tell me how I meet the legal definition. Try me.
I mean, that was harassment. You guys got your supporters to harass them.
Me? How did I do shit? Tell me.
I mean, you're obviously supporting Dean's in doing that, so...
So does that mean I did something illegal? What did I do illegal? Tell me.
That's harassment. That's harassment.
No, it's
yes.
not. It's not legally defined as harassment.
Yes, you.
No, it's
yes,
not.
and making a false report.
I didn't make a false report.
Or encouraging. Yes, that's harassment.
What do you mean? Wait, which specifically was? What was
You
the false?
encourage your supporters to harass him. So yes, that is harassment.
By the way, I'm confused
Is that
when
why
I did
you're on
that.
a new account right now, Parker? Is that why you're on a new account?
No, I got banned earlier because of a guest violation on my main account.
Oh, a guest violation?
Yeah.
No, I think you got banned because you're a grifter, man. Like all you do is grift.
Are you
You're a
trolling?
left-wing grifter. No, I'm not trolling.
What can you define grifting?
You're just like a little. I don't know. You must have been rich growing up or something.
Can you
got this.
can you
sense of
define
entitlement.
grifting?
You got like this sense of entitlement.
Can you define grifting?
I don't need to define grifting. Like that's so stupid that you asked.
You called me a grifter, so I just want to ask you, what is it? Can you
This is
define the
just, like,
term grifter?
The game you play. The game you play. Parker.
Can you just tell me what you mean by that term?
And it will only take you so long.
Hey, dude, I'm not even asking for a hyper-specific definition. Hey, dude, I'm not even asking for a hyper-specific
Until
definition.
you're twink death. We're waiting until you're twink death. That's your downfall right there. When you get a little fat and chubby and you got like that little bald spot in your head, your twink death is going to hit hard. Your supporters are going to leave.
You feel better about yourself now? He just left. He ran away. Okay. All right. That's really funny. Because it's really funny. That's really funny. Jonna, thank you so much for appreciating the $10. Thank you. Thank you. And then Coral, thank you for the $10 for the grift. Despite the guests being insane, I am having a decent day. I'm the darkness. Thank you so much for the grift. Thank you. Thank you. Toads, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you for the grift us up. Dude, why was that guy so mad, dude? He clearly just like, see, that's just like an example of someone who just doesn't like us no matter what. They'll say anything. You know what's up, how old are you? Feisty, thank you so much for the $5. Where's Dorito at? It's right here. It's right here. Someone said I literally just got one container of them, and someone's like, Parker needs an advertisement. And I'm like, I've had them the past few days just because I got one container. It's really funny. Let's get the next person up here. How do I send money? Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, which is in the link tree in the bio. I would just click on them. Toads, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go into the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Parker, how was therapy? It was great. It was great. Literally like what I said I was going to talk about. I absolutely did talk about it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, I'm 21.
What's your birth year?
2004.
You said you're 21?
Yep.
Okay. I mean, okay. What's your birth month?
March.
Okay. Captain PJ, thank you so much for the $100 for stop grifting Parker. Can we get some W's right now for Captain PJ in the comment section right now? Captain PJ, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Are we gonna do this or what?
Hold up, I'm just saying thank you. Captain PJ, thank you so much for the $100. I really appreciate it. Give it some W's for Captain PJ in the comment section right now. For the stop grifting Parker. No, I will never stop grifting. Grift.
Let's go.
I will grift forever.
I'm gonna grift you.
Okay. Does your Instagram say you're 16?
No.
Really? Then why is someone saying that in the comment section?
I don't have an Instagram.
Tell me one episode of SpongeBob. What happens in it? Give me one example of an episode of SpongeBob.
I've never watched SpongeBob in my life. I'm gonna be honest. I am from Canada.
Okay, well there you go. I was about to say, what is some identifiable characteristic of practically everyone in my generation? SpongeBob. But, you know, there are always parents out there that didn't let their kids watch SpongeBob. That's a travesty. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you live in the U.S.?
Yes.
What state do you live in?
Florida.
What time is it?
10:06.
Okay. Can you name 3 cities in Florida?
No, not really.
For anyone in my generation that was not allowed to watch SpongeBob, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You should watch it now. I'm not trolling. That's like, it's classic. It's classic to my generation. I feel like it's my childhood. Like I would literally just be like chilling, you know, twirling my hair even when I was a kid on my I think I had like a Winnie the Pooh like head pillow, and I'd be watching SpongeBob and Tom and Jerry and like the classics, you know. Yo, what's up, how old are you? I literally have pictures of me like this, like sipping on my sippy cup and watching SpongeBob. Like straight classic pictures of Parker as a kid. Like classic Parker pics. That's so funny, dude. Fetus Parker is hilarious. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hello?
Yeah, how old are you? Okay. Is this an official live stream? Yes, I'm on my girlfriend's account right now. And if you ever want to make sure that it's an official live stream, make sure to go to my YouTube. My YouTube is Parker Get a Job, and you can see me live right now. I also announce what account I'm going to be on my Instagram on the live stream updates. CD, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. Oh, my mom's letting me watch SpongeBob. I'm so sorry to you. Rest in peace. Mike, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you.
Parker. Hello.
Yeah, I know. It's crazy, Mike. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
29.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do. I had a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Do you have any Republican friends, or are they all Democrat?
All Democratic.
Really? Not one Republican in your life?
My father.
Do you have a good relationship with them?
Relatively. Interacting.
Because of politics, or you don't have to obviously tell personal, but is it because of politics?
I've talked about a lot of things. Why do you ask?
Oh no, I was just curious because like obviously you're a very hardcore left. I always wonder with people that are like far right or far left if they have any friends on the other side. Usually they don't.
I mean, like, do you understand like the perspectives that exist on that side? Like for example, I'll give you an example. Like Dean, when he first got on TikTok, he was a libertarian, and was I willing to become friends with him? Yeah, I was, because he didn't hold to the same MAGA views. So do you understand that, like, I can hold a political disagreement with someone and stay friends with them? It's just there's certain beliefs that, like, like I'm not going to be looking out for friends, that typically have those types of views,
You're talking about like far right MAGA views?
Yeah, of course. Like I'm not going to be seeking out relationships like that.
I get it.
But like, I don't think that you necessarily have to cut people off in terms of people that you've known for a really long time. I think that you can actively change them over time, obviously depending on the views that they specifically hold and how they're willing to change. But I do think it's justified to cut them off. I think it totally makes sense.
I mean, yeah, if they're a little bit extreme, I can understand that. You only live once. You don't want to have shitty people in your life. I get that. No, I was just curious because I know you're far left. I was just always wondering if you guys have Republican friends.
I just want to say something. I don't consider myself far left. And I know that people on the far left definitely don't consider me far left.
Really?
Yeah.
You find yourself in the middle?
Well, globally, but in the United States, that might be like far right or far left. Sorry, what the fuck? That was diabolical. Obviously far left. In the U.S., but I don't consider it, like, I'm a progressive, right? I'm a social democrat. I'm still a capitalist.
Oh, okay, so you're not a socialist.
No, I'm not a socialist. I used to be.
Why is it the right hates you guys so much?
I don't know.
I mean, because like
I think they hate Dean more. So it sounds like you're not on the right.
I am on the right. Yeah, I don't hate you guys.
Okay.
So I just agree with you guys on stuff, but that doesn't mean I hate you.
Well, I've never had an interaction in person where even someone on the right was negative towards me. But I mean, likely they wouldn't come up and talk to me or tell me that they know who I am if they don't like me. So.
And you should do that same shit that Charlie Kirk does. Go to like college campuses and shit.
Yeah, that'd be. I probably will coming the next semester. Like at least go to some. I might go to there's like one campus in Utah where there's like a lot of people who hold that's like known for. I think it's called BYU or something. I'll probably at some point go to that university and talk to some of the people there, or different universities and talk to people. I'm not gonna probably do like a setup event or anything, but I would just go and talk to people or something.
Would it be on YouTube?
Oh yeah. Okay,
cool. Yeah, no, I mean we can debate now real quick. I don't want to take up too much of your time. That was like the only question I really had.
Okay. All right. I'll talk to someone else. Don't worry.
All right, we have going.
Okay. All right. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everyone. Ashley, thank you so much for the $5. And Abigail, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What? I'm 18.
What's your birth year?
My birthday?
Birth year.
Birth year.
Oh, they left. That's a rough one. That's a rough one. Wait, why do I keep closing that? It takes a second to open it. I don't know why I do that. All right, let's go to the next person here. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Laney, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I love you.
Appreciate
love
you.
you so much.
Appreciate you. Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. By the way, everyone, I want to get some debates up here. Please only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Alrighty, let's go to the next person. Alrighty. I'm so confused why no one's joining in. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18. My phone died. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure I kicked you. I think I've talked to him. Let me check. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yo, what's up? 28.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Absolutely.
Have I talked to you before?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
Why? You feel like you have?
Well, I don't know.
No.
Do you support Donald Trump? You said yeah?
Yeah.
Why do you support Donald Trump?
Because beta males like you don't.
Bro,
It's pretty encouraging,
Are
actually.
you trolling?
No, I'm dead serious.
Okay.
It's inspiring.
What do you mean by beta?
Just little frail, low T boys.
How do you know that I have low testosterone?
Dude, just an assumption by the way you talk.
Can I ask you a question? What are your testosterone levels?
About 420 last time I got my blood done.
Really? That's it?
That's not it, dude.
What is it actually?
It's 420.
That's it?
Stop.
I'm serious.
That's above average for 28.
Really? Dude, that's incredibly low, man.
No. Hey, do you think that what Trump did walking in a Miss Teen USA locker room was wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so do you think people who identify as a man walking into a woman's locker room is wrong?
People who
Identifying
identify...
as a woman?
I don't think trans women going into the women's restroom is wrong now.
No.
No.
So if
I have a
Trump
question.
just
Do you think
walked
that?
out-
Do you think
if
trans
Trump
men?
that
Sh-
day
Wait, I have
felt
a
like-
question. I have a question. Do you think trans men should go into the women's restroom?
Did I just break your brain?
No, I said that correctly. Do you think trans men should go into the
So
women's
you think
restroom?
Trump- you think Trump identified
Trans
as a
men
woman?
trans men are men, but they're biologically female. Under your position, if it is the case that you should go based upon your biological sex, well, then it's going to be the case that trans men who are biologically female should go into the women's restroom. Under your view, under my view, clearly they would go into the men's restroom.
Yeah, so you don't think it was wrong that Trump walked in there?
No, I clearly do.
But what if he identified as a woman that day?
So clearly it isn't the case that he has that type of commitment prescription. You can't just, just prescribe that as a cis individual. That's clearly going to be like identifiable as a lie. But it is the case that like, if we can reference like individuals who do have those commitments, right, well, then they would be relevant. But Donald Trump wouldn't just like, just change his commitments like that. He's cis.
Yeah, so how do you identify somebody who decides one day to walk into a woman's locker room?
It's not just like someday they get, okay, well, you just got flagged for
Why did I
harassment
do-
and bullying. I don't know. I don't know why you got flagged for harassment and bullying. Maybe the positions you hold to. Maybe 1 second. You could just think about that for a second. Feisty, thank you so much for $20. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Feisty. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Hello?
Yeah, what's up? How old are you?
Your mic is cutting out, but I was up here earlier and I was talking about
Like, I'm confused. I don't know what just happened. Did I accidentally, like, fuck it up? How am I doing now? Am I still like it? Yeah, way better? Okay, thank you. Thank you. I guess I just had to plug it back in. Like, That's what it was with the like static thing. I just had to plug my thing back in again. Yo, what's up, how old are you? Like I was like sparkling for a few days. I say diabolical so much now. Love you, Parker. Thank you for being a kind human. Thank you, thank you. I really appreciate that. Thank you. Diabolical and preposterous are my words. I tell you. I tell you. Alrighty, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hi.
Do you support Donald Trump? It sounded like we were in Star Wars. That's diabolical. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Plausible. Thank you for the 10 Canadian. Thank you. I appreciate it. For preposterous. Someone said, is Parker get a job hacked? Why do you think that? Yo, what's up? How old are you?
46.
Do you support Donald Trump?
100%.
Why so?
Hey, your video's lagging, but I think he's the only savior of the U.S. right now. He's a disruptor of the system that was broken. Maybe you're really smart, but you're not looking at the bigger picture, you know?
Wait, restart that?
You know what that is?
Re-say what you're saying?
Yeah, he's a disruptor. That's what the country needs right now.
You need to
Nobody's looking at the bigger picture, you know?
Wait, so to clarify, are you like someone who's on the left that just wants him to disrupt the system, or like are you someone on the right?
On the right.
Okay.
Well, if you think about it, he's bringing people together now. System was broken. We needed someone like him.
Okay,
Think
so
about
you
it.
say the system is broken. We needed someone like him. Okay, how is he going to fix the system?
Well, maybe not directly, but indirectly, he's bringing everybody together, and that's what the country needs. And I think nobody's paying attention to that. The more we debate on who's wrong or right, the more divided we get. But if you think about it, all this stuff that he's doing is affecting left and right. So now people is waking up, and everybody's getting together now. So
Okay, how is he
maybe
leading to
not.
better conditions? Can you just tell me that? Be specific.
Um, yeah, in some way he is. Um, I guess he's not being political,
He's not
which
being political as president of the United States, really?
yeah, he's not being political.
Really,
He's
just
not
that?
a politic.
Yeah, no, that's totally a not political position. You know, being president of the United States, just definitely not political.
Well, can anybody that is not a politic be the president of the United States?
Wait, repeat that.
Can just anybody, any citizen, be the president of the United States, or you have to be a politic?
Sorry, I apologize. My girlfriend was texting me about something that happened to her. Can you repeat what you just said?
Do you have to be a politic to be a president of the United States, or can any citizen be?
The president of the United States is inherently political. Yes, like if you're a president of the United States, you were a politician.
Oh, you have to be a politician before you can run as a president.
You have to be. Wait, you have to be a politician in order to be president? Is that yeah.
That's you have to.
Yes.
So what does that mean to you?
Like if you're going to become president of the United States, like you go and you like are trying to be, you campaign, that is inherently political.
Well, it's not the same thing as somebody studying to be in political science or law, right? That would define
Chat,
somebody as being.
hold up, let me clarify to chat. Chat, by the way, my girlfriend is okay. It's just some 10-year-olds like being super fucked up, like just like randomly, like when they were out, like just saying racist shit. Like it's just really fucking crazy, and I'm just obviously responding, being there for her. But it's like just being 10-year-olds being shitheads in public.
Let me ask you a question. What is the point of your message? What do you wanna achieve with your lives or with your message or with debating Trump
Um,
supporters?
yeah. So my goal is to change people's positions, right? It's to get people to critically think about their positions and yield like better political outcomes.
To your way of thinking,
To my yes, obviously
to
towards my
to
way of
your
thinking, of course.
really. Do you think that you're right all the time?
No,
So why would you want somebody to think like you?
obviously, like I think that the positions I'm advocating for are accurate, and I would change my position if I thought that my position was inaccurate.
So let me ask you a question. Do you think it's wrong that Donald Trump is the president right now?
But yes, it's wrong.
Um, so why do you think it's wrong? Why is he doing? What is he doing that is uh, contradictory to the Democrats?
What's contradictory to the Democrats?
Yeah,
Well, okay. What do you mean? Like, what are Democrats better on?
yeah, yeah. Who
Practically
runs
everything.
who runs the country better according to Democrats' politics and Donald Trump?
Like,
What's the difference?
I would okay. What's the difference? Democrats
Mhm.
care more about working people, about people who are in need, whereas Republicans care more about giving tax cuts to millionaires and billionaires. Like the big
Democrats
beautiful
do
bill
the same thing.
decreased after-tax income for the bottom quintile.
Well, what about overtime? Not taxing overtime.
What about taxing overtime?
Yeah. What about
So
not taxing
that's
overtime?
a 12,500 in terms of the cap, and it's a deductible
Mhm.
from your taxable income. So it's like even considering that, it still leads to a decrease in after-tax income for what's it called? People in the bottom quintile.
Huh. So a person that is making under $80,000 right now, and that is not paying taxes on overtime, will that person be affected? Positive way or negative?
They'll be affected in a positive way from the tax on overtime, but if it is the case that they're in the bottom quintile, they will have a net decrease in their after-tax income. So meaning that all of the positives associated with the overtime tax would be actually still yielding a decrease in their after-tax income.
Okay. Next question on immigration. Do you think the Democrats have done a better job in the last 20 years?
Is it a Q&A or is it a debate?
No, it's a debate. I ask you that question because that way we can debate on that.
Yeah, of course I think that Democrats are better on... I think Democrats are practically better than Trump on every single issue. So, like, name a single issue that Democrats are worse than Trump on.
Legalizing undocumented.
They're not
What
even
have they?
one, they're not even advocating for that, but two, I would advocate for a pathway to citizenship for anyone in the country who hasn't committed a violent crime or bad crime. What's wrong with that?
So why didn't Obama do that when we had a chance
I
on
don't
the
think
first
I don't
term?
even think Obama has that position. I would love for him to have done that, but I don't think he holds that position.
He did. He had the votes from the Senate and
Dude,
Congress.
he doesn't hold that position.
What do you mean he doesn't hold that position?
He doesn't hold the position that everyone that's in the country that's undocumented that has not committed a violent crime or bad crime should be given a pathway to citizenship. He doesn't hold that position.
You have to explain that. So when he was the president and he had the votes from the Congress and the Senate, um, why didn't he? Why didn't he work more on passing a law than just giving him work permit, which is, you know, not a way to help.
He
He
wouldn't
just
that
did
be
it because
passed through a
he
law?
wanted to get the Hispanic votes for his second term, and that's it. That is all. So how's that better?
I'm actually not familiar with what you're talking about, so Matt's gonna reference it because he is familiar.
Hey, what's up?
Go ahead.
That's
good.
Doctor, whatever your name is. Do you know what the filibuster is?
Yeah.
Okay, so you reference back to Obama.
Mhm.
Do you know how long? Oh, actually, let me ask you this: what's the amount of senators that is needed to vote to break a filibuster?
Just one.
One?
Yeah.
No, no, no. How many votes are needed to break a filibuster?
Wait, hold up one second. Some people are saying the audio is fucked up
Me?
for chat. I think it's only on TikTok because on YouTube it seems totally fine.
I can hear perfectly fine, both of you.
Roboti?
Is my audio bad, or is it like the whole
You're
thing?
good. Rocking.
It's going
I can
bad.
hear you good. Explain that. What are you trying to say? Just
Hold
say what
on.
you're trying to say.
I know that you can hear me, but I'm asking the chat. So it's both of us. Okay, so hold on one second. Hold on.
It's fine now. I think it was my fault.
Oh, okay.
It was my fault. I figured it out.
Chat, how about now? Okay.
It was
Sounds better.
it was my fault.
Okay, all right. So no. So I want to answer the question because you brought up Obama. So you are trying to quiz Parker on this. So I'm going to ask you to answer the question that I have. How many votes are needed in the Senate to break a filibuster?
Just explain it. Just explain what you're trying to say. A lot of us are, slower than you guys, and we are learning.
Well, no. I didn't think about
Yeah.
being slow.
So
You were quizzing Parker
no.
about
I'm
Obama.
referring to
So you
myself.
clearly know your stuff, right? So I'm asking you a basic question.
One.
No, it's 60. Okay, so it takes 60 votes to break a filibuster. How short of a time, or how long of a time, did Obama have 60 votes in the Senate?
On the first term after.
No, for like a month. It was 1 month that they had exactly 60, and then it went down to 59. So there was no possible way for Obama to even pass comprehensive immigration reform without breaking the filibuster, which means that some Republican would have had to vote with them, which was not going to happen. So Obama is kind of not even in this equation because he couldn't pass a bill because the Senate would not let him.
Do you know why Obama deported 3 million people in his
What a
term?
pivot. What a pivot. So see how you now
you inform me, and I appreciate that.
You complain about Obama not passing any meaningful laws, but then now you're trying to say that he actually did more of what you wanted him to do to begin with. Which is it?
Well, let me go back to that. Okay, so because in his head, or whoever was leading at the time thought that they couldn't do it because of the filibuster, so they didn't even put it on the table.
Yes. Why do you put a law on the table when it's just going to be voted down? Why would you expend your political capital for something that's going to fail?
They had a lot of problems passing the big beautiful bill, and they still did it.
No, that's because they had
tried
unified government. Like that was going to pass. Obama wouldn't have never been able to pass that type of law because no Republican would have voted for it.
We
Like
don't
I'm
know if
sorry,
he
but, like
didn't
you're
try.
comparing two different things.
We don't. Of course not. Did you see the amount of work that they put into the big beautiful bill? So much freaking work they did.
Okay.
Do you think
He's not understanding
do
what
you
I'm
think the big beautiful bill is good?
In some way, some things, yeah.
No, net.
A
Do you
lot
think
of
it's
things,
good?
no.
Do you think it's net good?
No, there is.
It's a net loss.
What was the question again?
Is it a net loss?
I wouldn't put it that way. I think in the long term, there is more money spent from either party, especially from Democrats, on things that are irrelevant.
Wrong. Wrong. I tell you, you're fucking wrong. If you look at it, Committee for Responsible Federal Budget, $8.4 trillion for Trump's administration. He signed into law debt-related spending, $4.8 trillion non-COVID related. For the Biden-Harris administration, $4.3 trillion overall, $2.2 trillion non-COVID related. So if we look at the campaign plans from the Committee for Responsible Federal Budget for Harris versus Trump, $4 trillion less over the next 10 years for Harris comparative to Trump.
And let me go back to my original point of view. You know a lot, and I give you that. You're a smart kid. You are. But what is the point or your debates? What is the point? What is your purpose
I've
of doing
told you at the
this?
beginning of this conversation, right? It's to get people to critically think. It's to change people's minds towards a manner in which is more effective, right? In terms of my political ideology, right? That I want people to have access to healthcare, childcare, housing affordability, right? I want like people to support social programs that are going to be there for people in general. That's like the whole point of like what I'm advocating for here.
Do you do you criticize all government or just Republicans?
Of course, I criticize all government.
By the way, we also come
In-
on here to also show to have you people who say that you support Donald Trump to then give us your best argument, and when that argument flounders, we then show people why you should not vote for people like that because the arguments just like make no fucking sense.
No,
Yeah.
we're making sense. All of us is making sense.
I
So
strongly disagree.
it doesn't mean that I have to know the whole book. Okay. If your point is to inform people, but then you insult them because they don't know something, where's the argument in that?
Wait, there are
Well,
some.
one,
Wait, where
no
there
one
are
has
some
a-
people we
So you
insult. We don't
insult
insult
people for not
everyone.
knowing.
We don't insult everyone, but we insult some
I,
people.
I'm being polite. I'm being educated with you. I'm being respectful, and that you insult people intelligence because they don't know something that you know.
Wait,
So
what?
that's
What,
not
no.
what was the
informing.
insult
Me,
based on intelligence?
yeah.
Yeah, when you put things, I've seen your lives, okay, and the reason the reason why I got in is because my two kids, they watch your videos all the time and they send me your videos all the time, okay, and I'm gonna be really honest with you. I see your point of view, I do, and my kids love you, okay, but
W kids.
but when you start insulting people intelligence, you're not just insulting the person that you have in your life at the moment, but you're also insulting the other people that don't know. They simply don't know.
I don't think that's
And
true at
and
all.
and that's
I
not
don't think that's
informing.
true at all. If I'm insulting one person, that doesn't necessarily mean that I'm insulting anyone else.
And,
Please
and,
explain to me
and,
how you extrapolate that.
and let me tell you why, okay? Because your point of view is very narrow because you know that you're smart. And I know people that are smart, they talk really fast. Okay. You don't give a chance to someone to think about what they're gonna answer. And then you talk over them because they're taking a little longer to answer your question. You make them nervous, and then you insult them because they didn't know how to answer your question. So you have to give the opportunity, even if people believe 100% in Donald Trump, and they will die for him or whatever. You know, you have to give him the chance because there is another 5, 10 people listening to you at that moment, and if you give a good explanation and you be patient, you are gonna get your point across better than what you do sometimes.
Doctor,
And
by the way,
Yeah, so
I'm,
so
I,
so
I'm,
by the
I,
way,
if you say sometimes, sure, but this is not what I do most of the time. I most of the time am that way. If you watch my debates.
well,
I'm and
not
I'm gonna
even
ask
that
you
far.
this: do
Hold on,
you
Doctor.
do
No, hold
these
on.
lives
We
out of?
never insulted your intelligence. All we did was say that your arguments are like dog shit because they are. Like that's not insulting your intelligence. It just means that you have bad argumentation.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you why right now. But I'm gonna ask you this question, and then I'm gonna tell you this. Okay, do you do this for love, hate, frustration?
I would say love would be out of all of the
No, be
ones would
honest.
make most
Be,
sense.
be honest.
Neither. I don't know. Like what?
Be, no, be honest. Love, hate, or frustration?
Love.
I don't do it for any of those. Like
Good,
we
good.
do it
No,
because
amen.
we
Thank you for
enjoy it. But
answering.
I mean, like I don't love it. Like I don't know what that means. What does love
Wait,
mean?
wait. I think what he means is like, is it a purpose? Like, what is the purpose? Like, I do this because I care about people. I care about the country. I
Oh
love
yeah.
this
Okay.
country, right? Like, that's why I do this. So, like, is that what
Good
you mean?
answer. Good answer, man. If that's an honest answer, hey man, of course I don't support Donald Trump. What the hell I would be doing that? And of course that's why my kids watch your videos all the time. But I just got up here right now because sometimes it feels like you get frustrated and you're not getting your point across when you get frustrated. I can feel that you're doing it for love, and we all appreciate that. Okay. And now I'm telling you the truth. That's why I'm doing this. When you don't get frustrated, man, keep it up. Keep it up because then you insult other people. They leave your chat, they leave your live, and you didn't get your point across. Besides the person that already
I got
followed you,
I got
and
two
they
things
didn't.
here. One, so you don't support Donald Trump, correct?
I don't.
Okay.
I don't, of course.
So one, like you
don't.
did just violate my boundaries knowingly, right? Like
I'm sorry, man.
I'm
I'm sorry.
I'm very much
Yeah.
against that, like in terms of people
I
doing
am
that.
sorry.
Okay, but
But you needed to hear this.
sure. So secondly, I actually think that like it's totally makes sense for in some circumstances for me to insult people, right? There are certain circumstances where I think it totally makes sense. Now, are there circumstances where I think I go overboard in terms of insulting people? Or I insult someone I probably shouldn't have insulted, or maybe I should have portrayed it in a different way to a certain person, and it could have been better to portray it in a certain way. Of course, I'm human, right? I as a person
Yeah.
can acknowledge my faults, and I can acknowledge that I need to do better as a person, right? Given hindsight, of course, I can acknowledge that. But also at the
How
same
old are
time,
you?
I'm 23. But also at the same time, you have to be able to realize that that's how it is in most circumstances, and that I talk to people that are radically insane, and that it is the case
I
that
know.
expect me in every single scenario to be the most patient, to be the most compassionate as I possibly can be in every single scenario is literally a standard that I can't uphold as a genuine person, because it is the case that some people say things and it gives me an emotional response as a human being.
That's right. That's right. And that affects the point of view of the Trump supporters, and they just leave. You want, because that's your job right now. You have followers that don't believe in Donald Trump, and they follow you no matter what because of what you're doing. But the point that you're trying to make is to the Trump supporters, not to the people that is always going to say, yes, you're right, you're right,
Wrong.
you're right.
Wrong. I'm trying to make a point to Trump supporters. I'm trying to make a point to people in the middle. I'm trying to make a point to liberals that they can then use against people in conversations as well. So you understand that I'm also talking to liberals because I'm giving liberals plenty of different positions that they can use in these different types of argumentations as well, or how to identify when talking to people who hold these positions, right? Like what they mean by that. What's a dog whistle? Like where they're coming from. Like so many different things are relevant to conversations that I'm also speaking to liberals on. Like, and I feel like liberals need to have these types of conversations because historically speaking, only people that engage with the debate space were like right-wing people. And we need to stop that because people on the left need to be engaging in the debate space because it moves the conversation towards the left to significant degrees if we have more left-wing representation within the context of the debate space, because inevitably the debate space is going to exist and it's going to influence people's opinions. It's a great way to influence people's opinions. And you can utilize it for correct ways, like what we're doing here, or you can utilize it for bad ways where it's historically been used.
And you know what? Great job, man. Thank you for saying that you do it for love. And this guy, Charlie, what's his last name?
Charlie Kirk.
This. Hey, man, there is a lot of things that on both sides people don't know about immigration, and they're not debating it correctly. Okay, and I say this because I'm an immigrant. Okay, and the pathway to our citizenship is, man, 22 years, 25 years, 27 years. And sometimes when they debate against this idiot, they don't know how to debate him. And the reason why is because of frustration. It gets you going the wrong way. But you're doing an amazing job, man. I'm sorry I took a little bit of your time. My kids love you, man, and that I like your videos. You're amazing. You're doing a great job.
Appreciate you coming on.
I'm so happy that we have you guys,
Right.
and you're young.
Thank
You're
you.
young. You
Thank
have a
you.
long career ahead of you.
Thank you so much. Have a
Sorry
good day.
for getting. Bye, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's go on to the next person here.
W conversion, I guess. I don't know.
Not technically not. I mean, I guess in some ways, but I guess in
I'm
terms of
counting
you
it.
about me, but I guess we can count it. Christina, thank you so much. I appreciate the fireworks. Thank you so much. Lonnie, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. Kaya, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. David with the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Meg with the $15. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Plausible with the 20 Canadian. Thank you. Roro, thank you so much for the $10. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Sid, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I didn't get a notification. I joined up late, and that robot thing was the first thing that I heard. I've never been so scared. What the fuck? Plausible, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. And then Nikki, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. All right, I think I'm caught up there. Let's go to the next person. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always, as well as Matt here in the box.
Hey, what's up?
Salvatore, thank you so much for the $100 on Venmo. Thank you so much, Salvatore. Thank you. Can we get some W's for Salvatore in the comment section right now for the fucking $100 on Venmo? Thank you so much, Salvatore. I really appreciate it. Some W's for Salvatore in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. Tin Can, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I am 25.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do, but sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, like, are you driving?
No, I'm just sitting in my car. I just got home.
Okay,
I was
for sure.
listening to you guys on the way here.
For sure. So, like, I guess my question would be is why do you support Donald Trump?
I have my reasons, but I actually wanted to ask you a question, if I can.
Go ahead.
All right. My big thing is
Oh, cut out.
I don't think we should. Oh, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Sorry. Someone had asked you earlier if you have any like conservative friends, right? And you said mainly all Democrat.
Wait,
my father was conservative.
Here, can we do two things here? One, can you disconnect from Bluetooth? And then two, can we talk about the topic?
Sorry.
Because to be totally frank, I've been on for about an hour or so. I don't think I've got a debate yet. So I would love to be able to get a debate going, and I would really appreciate if we don't have conversations about anything related, like not related to the topic.
Well, it is about conservatives and stuff like that.
Okay, do you want to give me a reason why you support Donald Trump? Okay, I'm just gonna go to the next person. He must be lagging or something. We're not doing Q&A today. We're not doing Q&A today, everyone. Just clarifying. We're doing debates, not doing Q&A. By the way, we've wasted a third of the stream, everyone. Not even debating. I just want to clarify. Like, please, everyone, please stop joining if you're not debating. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Parker, can you hear me? Yeah, 20. I'm following the rules. Don't worry.
Okay. Do you support Donald Trump?
Dual citizen. Yeah, support Donald Trump.
Okay. What state do you live in?
So, New York. It's 10:44 right now.
Okay, for sure. Why do you support Donald Trump?
So I want to give you a bit of a different kind of like approach to defending Donald Trump, kind of like a Trump odyssey, if you will.
His mic is kind of low.
I can try and plug my headphones if that makes it easier.
Can you tell me 3 cities within New York?
Yeah, sure thing. Buffalo, Yonkers, and New York.
Can you give me 3 more?
Rochester, Syracuse. I don't know. Peekskill. Trust me,
Okay.
mate, you're gonna get a good debate. Just let me start, and then you see where we go. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I got like 10 premises and conclusions, and we'll follow those if that's all right.
Okay.
Before we begin, just wanted to ask, would you consider yourself a moral anti-realist or a realist?
Anti-realist.
Okay, fair enough.
Is there a way you can get a little closer to your microphone? It seems a little quiet for people.
Is this better?
Yeah.
Oh, much better.
Okay, brilliant. Okay, so premise 1 out of the first block of arguments, there's only 3 or 4 in each block, so it's very short. So premise 1 is the ontological proof, where I'm saying the moral facts are not empirically observable, testable, or derivable from the natural world. Would you agree?
Can you tell me how that's relevant to the conversation of why you support Donald Trump?
I'll tie into it. It all ties into Donald Trump, I promise you.
Okay. Restate your question.
What do you mean question?
Restate the premise.
Oh, okay, so no, this is just the first premise. Like,
Yeah.
Just so you're following, you know. So the first premise is the ontological one. Moral facts are not empirically observable, testable, or derivable from the natural world.
Yeah.
Okay. So premise 2 is the epistemic one. So disagreements about moral claims are persistent and interactable across cultures and time.
Moral facts are... Wait, repeat that?
So there's disagreement about moral claims that are persistent across cultures
Sure.
and time. So it's like another proof for more anti-realism. And then this reaches my first conclusion. Therefore, there is no rational basis for believing in objective moral facts. So moral anti-realism, yeah.
I don't actually. I mean, that's not the way I would hold to moral realism. I guess I still identify that moral facts exist. I just say that they're stance dependent. Does that make sense? So like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
way that
completely,
I
yeah.
could respond to the first premise was saying that like I guess they could be empirically testable in terms of like a description of someone's psychological preference can be empirically tested, but it's in a different way, if that makes sense.
I mean, yeah, I kind of agree to you to that extent. I'm an existentialist myself, so I think that, our personal power comes from making your own personal maxims and goals or whatever in life, that's how we should, like, live life. Yeah,
Okay,
I think I
so
agree to
how do
some
we
extent
wrap it into Trump?
Yeah, we wrap it into Trump. Yeah, the second block will really make your gears go, but I don't know. Let's see. So, premise 3 out of the second block is if moral facts don't exist, there's no objective reason to prefer moral actions over immoral actions.
Yeah, I don't hold to objective morality.
Yeah, okay. I'm just moving on, okay? Premise 4, in the absence of moral truth, agents should act according to what maximizes their goals, interests, or survival.
I mean,
Premise
I believe moral truths exist. I just think that they're stance dependent.
Okay, yeah, okay. We can agree, disagree to a certain extent. Doesn't matter. Let me just finish up, and then we'll talk about it in general. Premise 5 defines Machiavellianism as a strategic use of power, deception, and manipulation. It is often effective in achieving real-world goals. And then that reaches my second conclusion. Therefore, Machiavellianism is a desirable, rational, goal-oriented strategy under moral anti-realism.
I just
and then-
I don't see how the relation. I feel like you're
Okay,
trolling me right now.
Huh?
I feel like you're trolling me right now.
I'm not trolling. Here's the final block of the argument, mate. So, premise 6, Donald Trump embodies key Machiavellian traits: strategic deception, loyalty enforcement, power consolidation, and outcome-driven leadership. Premise 7, if your goals align with Trump's, then the means to which he achieves those ends are morally irrelevant, as per anti-realism. And then the conclusion, overall, supporting Trump is a rational choice if your ends align with his, irrespective of how he achieves those goals.
That was actually
Okay.
me falling over from boredom, but
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So
like,
so then like one, I wouldn't say that these particular traits are going to be obviously what's considered most morally valuable. I'm also not going to hold to the position that that would be like the best position given anti-realism. I don't see how those were entailed by the positions or given the premises that I accepted. And then thirdly, I can ask you just certain questions about what you support, and we can have a dialogue about what you support. Is that fair?
I mean, I'd like to get back to like my main argument, just say like the point where we disagree. And the point where we disagree is that you think that there's like personal morality, and I think there is a certain amount of personal morality to each person, but my claim overall is that moral anti-realism, there is no morality that is objective, and therefore a Machiavellian tactic strategy is not like condemnable. So you condemning Trump is not logical or rational.
Okay. So you say it's not logical or rational for me to condemn Trump. Can you explain how it's not it is logically consistent and it's within my context of rationality? There's no reason
Okay,
you could
yeah,
say
actually,
otherwise.
yeah,
I don't know
yeah,
why
I,
you
th-
would
I
make
think
that
I'm wrong
argument.
there. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not logical and rational from my perspective because of my goals and my desires, but it's
It doesn't
logically
make it
rational from
illogical
your
or
goals and desires.
irrational. It just means that you just have a different moral position than me. Okay. So then we would
Okay,
compare
so
and contrast our different moral positions. Okay. Let's have that argument. That doesn't mean I can't condemn your position. It just means that me condemning your position is predicated off of the truth of my own desires. Does that make sense?
yeah, precisely.
So
Yeah,
okay, that's
precisely.
fine. There's no issue with that. And now let's have a conversation about the topic, right? Can you name one policy of Donald Trump's that you like?
I'd say actually in the big beautiful bill, for me personally and my morality and goals, my ends are the same as Trump's. I think that a regressive tax benefits myself more, so I don't really see a problem with it.
So the tax. So you make money off of the tax structure.
What do you mean by that?
You just said you make money off the tax structure, so you don't really care.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
As in, it would
So
save
how
money
much are
because,
you willing to sell out your country for?
I mean, money's money, and I don't really care at the end of the day. As long as I can make my family and those around me happy, that is a good goal for me.
Damn, bro just said that like he'd
Okay.
be a traitor. Yeah.
Okay, so to clarify, I have a question. If it was the case that you could vote to enslave other people other than your family and that you would profit off of it, would you support that?
No, not to that extent, because that's where I draw the line for my personal morality.
Okay, he draws it on personal morality. Okay, I have a question. Would you let someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman be a teacher?
A teacher, if it's my child's teacher, probably not, no.
Why not?
Because then they're directly in contact with my child.
And why is that bad?
Because they might do something bad to my child. But like my president, on the other hand, I don't.
They might do something bad to my child. Okay, that's your position. So if they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, would you let them be president of the United States?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Don't you think that they could do something bad to the country or to kids in the country?
I mean, if the country's a woman or a man, whatever they sexually abuse, then probably yes. But the country
50%
is
of the
not
country?
a thing.
50% of the country, right, are women.
And you think that just because he's president, he go out and, I don't know, assault any one of these women?
I'm saying he can harm women from the position of presidency, and he has.
And okay, but
Karina, think of the $5. Thank you. Anxiety pen?
that's no, I made just the VAP.
Anxiety pen. Crazy.
No, it's just like a VAPE.
No, it's an anxiety pen, bro.
Okay, whatever you want to call it, mate. Like, you know, it's fine. I'm not the one.
You
blazing
don't
up
know you don't know the meme. I was trolling.
Okay, yeah, no worries.
It's
Well,
like
my
it's like a
personal-
meme, you know.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Well, my stance is that I don't think that he harms any woman in my vicinity that I'm close with, that I care about, or anything like that. So I'm not personally concerned about that.
Okay, so if it is the case that it did hurt the women in your life, then you would care. Okay, so then wait,
Yeah, I would, yeah.
well, okay, but like you just said that you wouldn't support slavery if it was the case that it affected everyone that's not in your life, and not you, or anyone in your life, and that you and everyone in your life benefited. You said you wouldn't support that because of your personal morality. Well, shouldn't you say the same thing for someone who was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman who bragged about walking in the changing rooms of girls at Miss Teen USA because he quote unquote owns the place to inspect them without their consent? Said you dated a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, right? Like
Sorry,
said yeah to Howard Stern.
Could you repeat how the slavery hypothetical ties into that?
Yeah, so I'm tying in that like there's going to be a point in terms of what they've done specifically that gets you to say that you won't support it.
Yeah, and I think that point hasn't been reached for Trump yet.
Yeah. Okay.
For
So yeah,
example,
you
like-
don't think that it's extensively bad when we're referencing someone held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman that literally undermined the 2020 election results, called for the termination of the Constitution, cut taxes specifically for rich people by literally increasing taxes on the bottom quintile?
Yeah, exactly, and that's and honestly, like with some of those strategies, I agree. Not with the women part; that is a different topic. But
What do
if
you
we
agree
take
with?
okay, if we take the election stuff, I'm not saying the election was rigged, but I think that's just a basic Machiavellian strategy. He's literally taking anything or any like path he can to maintain power and like hold that position. I think if my ends are the same as his, then that is a desirable strategy.
Oh,
to
okay.
get there.
Okay, well then I have a question. Would you be okay with Donald Trump installing himself as dictator for the rest of his life?
I don't think he'd be able to. But
Would you support him doing it if he could?
for the rest of his life, if he maintains his kind of like, if he doesn't go too crazy, then I don't see a problem with it.
Fuck democracy under your view. You think you don't give a shit about that? You just said Trump should be president for the rest of his life if he could.
Yeah, I know, but the thing is, it's
That's
like
nuts.
formal-
You don't give a shit about democracy. You don't care about the rule of law. You don't care about our fucking constitution. You don't care about anything that's American. What? Wait, name one core American value that you uphold by supporting Donald Trump.
Wait, hold on.
Name one.
Yeah, but the thing is, you're pivoting.
No. Name one.
We're
I just
changing
well,
the
wait.
topic.
Oh, name one.
Okay. Let's say strong economy.
Really? In what way?
Yeah. As in the rich people maintain their assets that they gained.
Well, do tariffs in the long run lead to a strong economy? Because we've saw multiple quarters of real GDP growth to multiple percentage points for several quarters in a row. And then as soon as Trump got in office, imposed the tariffs and paused them right after, it caused such economic devastation that we went from multiple percentage points real GDP growth for several quarters to 0.3% decline in real GDP. And we saw a decline in real median wages when we saw
Yeah, but
multiple quarters of growth for real median wages.
Are tariffs a regressive tax?
Yes.
And I think we've established that I am pro-regressive tax, so I don't really care about that. Can we
So
go
what you
back
want to
what
do
we
is
were
you want to
talking about?
literally cut taxes on rich people and you want to increase taxes on poor people.
Yeah, precisely. That is what a regressive tax is.
Dude, he's Robin Hood for the rich. He's reverse Robin Hood. This guy said I support taking money from the poor and giving that shit to the rich. I want them to have more yachts. More yachts are needed, okay? People who need food stamps, people who need Medicaid, fuck them. Send all their money to rich people. Give them more yachts. They need more yachts. They don't have enough.
Look, mate, you can talk over me all you want and make all these like emotional arguments, but like at the end of the day, I feel like you form these hypotheticals.
Is it not an emotional argument for you to bootlick fucking corporations and for you to bootlick billionaires? Is that not an emotional position? I'm sorry, my emotional position isn't bootlicking for fucking corporations and for billionaires. And my fucking position is about, supporting the working class who need stuff in order to survive, basic bare necessities, right? Like we're talking about children having fucking food on their table. Okay,
Hey,
we're
the
talking
way
about them
I'm
having
presenting
access
it
to
is not
health insurance.
emotional. I'm just saying the way I see things. The way you're presenting is overly emotional. You're screaming, you're interrupting. It's just kind of rude.
Do you need to give me some tears? Do you want to insert your tears here?
Hey, it's
Hello,
funny they got that cup on the
darkness,
go,
my old friend. I came to talk to you again. Put
is,
your
like,
tears in this fucking mug.
Mate, the reason you're interrupting me is because like you can't respond to what I have to say.
What did I not
Because,
respond to?
Look, you know that at the end of the day, like the positions we hold are not changeable. Like you can't change my
Yes, you
position,
can.
so you're not gonna
Yes, you can. Because you're a cultist. You're literally admitting to being a cultist.
Hey, look, you can make all of these like hypotheticals that you want, but like at the end of the day, these hypotheticals would not come into fruition because the way the Constitution is built, Trump can only be president for a certain amount
Wait.
of time, and like.
Oh, to clarify,
no
wait.
matter-
Are you saying that you support the Constitution being in place?
Oh, are you gonna say like, oh yeah, Trump wanted to break the Constitution?
He called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution.
Yeah, I'm
So you're like,
aware
the
of
whole reason why, this isn't going to happen is because of something I don't even fucking support.
Yeah, precisely.
If you had your way, this wouldn't even be the case. No, I don't want wannabe dictators. I don't want wannabe fascists to be in the position of power where if the fucking, walls of democracy don't hold, that they can then, from the fucking basis of that system, tear that shit down. That's not what we want. That's exactly what Hitler did.
Yeah, but I'm not saying tear that shit down.
That's exactly what you literally said. If you could get your way, Donald Trump should be president until death. Till death do us part. That's what you just said.
You see, what you did is you proposed a hypothetical. I gave you.
No,
a
you
response to
proposed.
that
Wait, and you accepted to marry Trump.
No, you proposed a hypothetical, and I gave my response to the hypothetical. The problem is,
Yeah,
it's
to
a
marry Trump and to
hypothetical,
say that
never
he should
happened.
be able to be dictator for the rest of his life because you don't care about democracy, you don't care about the rule of law, you don't care about our court system, you don't care about our constitution, you don't care about any of the core American values that we hold on. You specifically said strong economy, but can't mention how we have a stronger economy with Donald Trump in presidency. Not only are we less
Well, it's a
fiscally
stronger
responsible,
economy
but we
depending
literally are
on
taking money from the poor, giving it to the rich, which actually harms our economy and harms our ability to be able to provide for American constituents, which is the whole basis of having an economy in the very first place, is to ensure greater quality of life for each individual.
Well, stronger economy depending on whose perspective.
What do you mean by strong economy? Give me one macro indicator that is better because of Donald Trump.
Macroeconomic strategy.
No, one macro indicator. I can
What do you mean by
clarify,
macro
like
indicator? Yeah,
unemployment,
can you
GDP growth, inflation.
Well, I think tax reduction.
That's not a macro indicator. Is the tax reduction going to lead to like GDP growth, or is it going to lead to decreased unemployment? Is it going to lead to lower levels of inflation? Like, what do you think it's going to lead to that's going to be beneficial?
Well, I'm not too politically versed, but like hypothetically
Economically.
speaking, in the circular flow of income, the tax is a leakage, and if the tax is less, then there's more money in the flow of income, and you're going to say that the trickle down economics are not true and stuff, and that's why the economy won't work.
Then why do tariffs lead to a decrease in the size of the economy?
Well, because tax are aggressive tax.
So taxes harm the economy. So if you're advocating for massive tariffs, that's going to increase the price of goods, and it's going to lead to a decrease in the size of the economy. Correct?
Well, it depends who the tax is for.
The tariffs are universal.
Tariffs, yeah. Yeah, they're universal, but they affect some people more than others.
Depending on the industry, of course. What's your point?
Yeah. Well, my point is that if you're profiting more off a regressive tax, then it's more desirable.
People who are rich are profiting more off of it, but people who are lower income, they get harmed, they get hurt, they lose their health insurance, they lose their ability to afford housing, they lose bare necessities for life. What do billionaires lose? If it is the case that, it's really easy to mistake the two. What do billionaires lose if we tax them more? A fucking few digits in their bank account. A few digits. A few fucking digits. I'm serious. It's digits. They lose digits. People lose lives if you fucking increase taxes on the low and middle class. If you decrease their benefits, people lose lives. I care a hell of a lot more about the lives than I care about a few fucking numbers in a fucking billionaire's account.
Well, that's a matter of perspective. The billionaires.
That's a matter of perspective, man. If you actually look at it from the perspective I'm advocating for, it's actually better that these people fucking starve to death and these people don't get access to healthcare and die because they can't get access to preventative healthcare, because it is the case that billionaires have more money. They have more money. If they have more money, we have a better system. Oh my God. Rich people, they deserve more money. Fuck everyone else. Let them die. Let them die, let them die, let them shrivel up and fucking die because we want billionaires to have tax cuts.
Yeah, you see, you're getting all emotional.
Do you realize how insane that is? Well, you're advocating for people to die because it is the case that you want billionaires to have tax cuts.
Yeah, because Parker,
get on the ground and lick the boot, dude. That's what you're doing. Jesus Christ, dude. What the fuck is wrong with you? This is diabolically insane. This is actually insane shit.
Gus took one political theory class 101 and was like, I like Machiavellianism. It sounds good to me. Therefore, I'm going to invest my entire ideology on this one thing. So, nothing we say about people dying is going to matter to Gus because he doesn't care. Right, Gus?
You can say as many shit things about me as you want, but that's my position. That's the position.
Wait.
Hold on.
Danny, what did I say that was wrong?
Danny, how old are you?
Wait, can you hear me?
How old are you?
I'm 25.
Do you support Donald
I'm
Trump?
turning 26 on Monday.
Do you support Donald Trump?
What'd you say? Generally, yeah.
If you could go back in time and either vote for Kamala Harris or vote for Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I actually did not vote for either of them this time.
Yeah, that's not what I asked you. I asked you if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or vote for Donald Trump, given the knowledge that you have right now, who would you vote for?
I still would have voted for neither of them, I think. I think that Kamala would probably...
Kamala.
Okay.
That person said I was evil in the comments. They said I was evil.
Hey, look, this other guy, your name's Matt, right?
My name is Matt, yes.
Yeah.
Libby, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Kylan, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Absolutely. Seriously. Melody, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
The point I was making, right, is that you were like, oh, this guy probably went to one politics class 101. He's like Machiavellian, blah, blah, blah. That is literally mocking. You're taking a very emotional approach to the matter. You guys aren't debating really. That's
no. I'm just saying positions. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like you took one political theory class and you're like, I like Machiavellianism. I'm going to attach my entire worth to that. Now, if that's not the case, and you actually are a full on a Machiavellian type person, then okay, fine. But I'm just saying that the argument that Parker's making isn't going to penetrate you because you literally believe in self-interest. And so if people are dying at that expense, then you don't care, right?
You know what? I disagree. I'm not really a Machiavellian. I just think that is a good strategy that can be held in the world. I'd say more of an objectivist, according to Ayn Rand.
Okay, so then do you agree with getting rid of Medicare?
I mean, it doesn't personally affect me, so yeah.
Okay, do you agree with getting rid of Social Security?
Depends on which Social Security.
I'm talking about federal Social Security.
Not too knowledgeable on that, I can't lie, so I don't know.
Well, you support Ayn Rand, which would mean you want to gut all of the social services in the federal government, except for certain types of things that are like relevant to, say, national security, that are relevant to like national defense, that are relevant towards the upholding of individual rights and freedoms, right? Like, for example, under the non-aggression principle, things like that.
How does a U.S. citizen not know about Social Security, by the way?
No, I'd say I agree with that.
Gus, you're a U.S. citizen, correct?
Yeah, dual citizen, yeah.
How do you not know about Social Security?
No, Zin, I'd say I agree with what Ayn Rand says about Social Security.
So
You just said that you don't know much about Social Security.
So what he just advocated for is to gut Social Security, to gut Medicare, to gut Medicaid, to gut food stamps, to gut practically every social service, Section 8. He wants to gut everything. Okay, well, I want to let you know, if you want to be more fiscally responsible, if you want to have less debt, well, then why don't you support Kamala Harris, who is more fiscally responsible, who is going to add less debt?
Because her ends don't meet my ends, personally.
What do you mean? Like, it's more fiscally responsible?
No, Zin, like, her ends don't meet my ends.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, I believe in a regressive tax system and a stronger border policy, and you're going to say that, like.
By the way, I just want to
under the
clarify.
end of-
Ayn Rand didn't believe in any tax structure to that degree. Like, Ayn Rand would disagree with the level of taxation that Donald Trump is imposing.
I didn't know that she would.
Really? You didn't read Ayn Rand at all? Go actually
did.
read Ayn Rand.
I did, mate, yeah.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
If you're not sure on this, then you clearly did not read enough of Ayn Rand.
Well,
By the way,
I've read one
Ayn
of her
Rand, do
books
not, if
and-
you're any reasonable person, don't go read Ayn Rand. Don't do it. Don't put yourself through it.
Well, I quite enjoy her, actually.
Yeah, because you have zero empathy.
Yeah, precisely.
Okay, you're trolling. Get off my line.
See, I just said he's admitting it.
Mate.
He said precisely. Precisely.
Precisely, no empathy.
Dude, his answering
yes, hello,
precisely to
Riley.
that is actually unhinged. Isn't that unhinged, Matt?
Yes, it is unhinged.
Jesus Christ.
Remember how I always say that the difference between conservatives and liberals is the level of empathy?
That's actually real. You know what's how old are you?
57.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
For sure. Let me thank a few people, and then we'll make sure to get into the debate real quick. Everyone, by the way, if you want to support me, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Linktree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Same thing with Matt in his bio, everybody. Let me check YouTube, make sure I'm caught up on YouTube, because I'm actually caught up everywhere on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. So let me make sure I'm caught up on YouTube. If I am, we'll get right into the debate. Libby, thank you for the $10. Michael with the $2. Shiki, thank you so much for the $5. Tin Can, thank you so much for the $10. Absolutely. And I'm caught up. I'm completely caught up. All right. Why do you support Trump?
Why don't I? Let's see. I mean, I was totally the last administration was a total disgrace. Let's start with that.
How so?
Everything was a lie. All right, and let me talk. Please don't interrupt me. Everything was a lie. Biden didn't answer one real question in 4 years. He hid. You didn't know who the president was. It's all shambles. It's all coming out. It was just the guy didn't even talk. They shuffled him around a couple of times, blah, blah, blah. We all know what it was. That's not acceptable, okay? Donald Trump sits there. Not perfect, but he'll take every question from everybody. He sits there for hours. He's the president. You know he's the president. You know who's in charge. Big difference from the last administration. I'll start with that. And there's just a million different things. I wasn't okay with how they pushed the vaccine.
Hold on, can I respond?
Excuse me?
Can I respond real quick?
Sure, if you want to, of course.
Yes, that would be absolutely fantastic. So I would love for you to take a listen to this clip real quick.
I don't even think this hit like.
This is a amazing. Trump just asked a question. You said Joe Biden has no clue where he was, and was just totally incoherent. Listen to this.
Lori McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected that detainees will spend here days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at
I'm
Alligator
going to
Alcatraz.
spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great.
My man, you don't have to play the full clip. If
Ron
you're
is
sitting
a
here
friend of
showing
mine
me
for a
one
long time.
instance
I feel
that
very
Donald Trump,
comfortable in the state.
made a
I'll spend a
mistake,
lot of time here.
it's ridiculous.
I wanna,
Your
for
argument's
4 years,
very,
I've got to be
your
in
argument's so
Washington,
weak.
and
It's
I'm
not
okay
even,
with it because
it's
I
not
love
even an
the White
argument.
House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor.
Do you want to
to
debate or do you want to
Florida.
listen
They
to
pay a
him
lot of
talk?
tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere. Okay.
My man, Joe Biden.
What the hell was he saying there? What the fuck? Does he even know where he is? He has no clue where he is. You know, he was asked how long are people.
My guy, can I speak?
He was asked.
Can I speak?
Go ahead.
My man, you're bringing up. This is your argument? Honestly? This is your real argument? And that's your argument, honestly? My man, I can't even debate with you if you're bringing up one instance. Joe Biden didn't talk once. He didn't take one real question. What flavor ice cream do you like? Stop it. My man, stop it. If that's your argument, I can't even really debate with you because that's really weak. Donald Trump sits there for hours and takes questions. Okay, he's not perfect. He made a mistake there. Joe Biden can't answer one real question.
Wait.
Not one real
Let me ask
question
you one
in
question
4
real quick.
years.
Hold on. Let me ask you one question. You're willing to trade a president who, in your opinion, doesn't answer questions for a president who will answer your
No,
questions?
he can't
but
answer
will
questions.
lie
He's
about
not
it or
able
will
to.
speak utter nonsense.
Not able to
Leading the
answer
world
questions.
again.
There's a big
He is
difference.
able, but okay.
He is
shown
not
each
able
other.
to answer questions. Either
I
is
see a
Kamala
future
Harris.
where we save
That's
the
why they
planet
had to
from the
edit
climate
all-
crisis and our country from gun violence. Above all, I see a future for
Do you
all
want to debate
Americans.
a different topic, or do you want to
I
keep
see
on
a
this?
country for all Americans. And I will always be president for all Americans because I believe in America. I believe
Sounds
in
good.
you,
Here-
the American people. You're the reason we've never been more optimistic about our future than I am now. So let's build the future together. Let's remember who we are. We are the United States of America. And there is nothing beyond our capacity when we act together. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Joe Biden.
By the way, that's 2024 Joe Biden. That's 2024 Joe Biden. Sounded so much more coherent than the other guy that we just played. The guy was so mad that we just played one clip of Donald Trump being like literally ridiculously incoherent. Practically more incoherent than any time I've ever seen Biden. Like seriously, if that happened with Biden, Republicans would have been playing that so much. I'm going to start playing that clip a lot more because I think that is ridiculous. It just keeps going. It just keeps going. It's literally like a 2-minute long clip of just like Trump just like has no clue what he's saying. You know, it's how old are you?
I'm 60 years old.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I support what he's doing when he's throwing out all these Mexicans.
Oh, okay.
Do you know why he's doing this?
Well,
Right on the face of it.
I'm confused. Why specifically only people who are Mexican?
Well, I just wanted you to answer some questions here.
No,
Why do you
answer the
think
question.
he's
Why
doing this?
only people who are Mexican?
You want me to answer that?
Yeah, that's why I asked the question, dude.
Because
No, don't answer it.
because us Mexicans, we're populating too fast and we're growing too strong, and he wants to shut us down. He's trying to do anything he can to get rid of as much Mexican as he can.
And do you think that's
because
bad?
I just believe that he's trying to overpower us because we're getting way too big.
Wait, Tony.
Do you hate yourself?
Tony, I have a question.
Our population is growing.
Tony, are you Mexican?
Yes, I am. My dad was born in Mexico.
Okay. To clarify, do you disagree with Donald Trump's position?
What position are you talking about?
You just said that he wanted to kick out Mexican people in the country, right from the country. Do you agree with that position?
No, I don't.
Oh, so you don't support Trump?
I just want all your listeners to understand that all this talking that we are doing means nothing. What we need to do is we all need to stand up, because if we don't all stand up, there is going to be a dictator in this country.
Here's my question. If you thought it meant nothing, why did you come up on the live and say this? Do you see my point?
Because you wouldn't talk to talk to anybody that.
No, but do you
is
see my
going
point?
against
You
Trump.
saw it to be beneficial. You saw it to be changing something to come up here and do this in the very first place, and that's why you said it. So although I do agree with you that we need to stand up in other ways to prevent our democracy from being upheld, right? But we also need to be standing up here, and these conversations do matter. And that's why you came up on the live in the first place to say it. But I appreciate you coming up.
I was so confused.
Yeah, me too. But literally, that's the point I always like to describe to people, that if you make the argument in this space, you saw it to be relevant to change people's minds. You thought it could change my mind or the chat's mind, and you thought it could change things, and that's why you did it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Yeah, I'm 21.
What's your birth year?
2004.
I don't believe you. I'm sorry. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the bio, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Same thing with Matt. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, let's go to the next person.
Keep me out and about.
Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Again, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. Abby, thank you for the $10. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jenna, thank you so much for the $15. Thank you. I really appreciate it, Jenna. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
39.
Oh, I hit X as soon as you said that. I apologize. Send a guest request again. Anna, thank you for the $5 for today is my birthday. Happy birthday, Anna. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
By the way, for everyone on YouTube, for the 2,700 people on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. Make sure to like the stream. It helps send it out to more people. I would really, really, really appreciate it. I tell you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 24.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I was born on April 18th.
Okay, do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I'm 24.
Do you support Donald Trump? Dost thou support Donald Trump? Okay. I was gonna have to go into German or something. I don't know.
I'm so confused. What just happened? Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Do you support Donald Trump? I'm 24.
How old are you? Trump.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
15.
Jeez, you're a fetus.
You know what's funnier than 24?
What?
Walker, I'm gonna eat your toes, bro.
25.
I'm gonna eat your toes.
What? Damn it, he interrupted my joke.
Did you just hear what the person just said?
Yes, and I'm ignoring it, so. People in the chat laugh at my joke.
I actually didn't hear your joke because that person said
I said,
that.
what's funnier than 24?
What?
25.
Muted. Diabolical. Muted.
He muted me. Can you imagine that?
Misinformation on the stream. Seriously, 24 is so much funnier than 25. Okay. I'll debate you on that. I'm serious. Someone told me to debate Dean. I'll debate him on that. 24 is so much funnier than 25. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't ask me why. It's an intuition. It's just it's self-evident. Okay.
Someone in your YouTube chat said that they hate me. Well, I hate you too. Don't care.
Wow.
I hate you too.
Wow. L that person.
I love you so much.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Me?
How old are you?
Sorry, no, my bad. I didn't mean to.
Oh, you're good. Don't worry. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. So please only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Everyone, if you're on TikTok, I really recommend to go subscribe to my YouTube channel. One, there's probably going to this app's supposed to be going down within the next few months. And there's supposed to be a new app. I mean, I'm guessing a lot of people here are going to follow me to that new app. But I'll also be on YouTube.
So not the M2 thing. Apparently, just today it was put out that TikTok themselves are going to be putting out a US based app for TikTok. So that might be happening too.
Oh.
Like we just don't know yet, honestly.
What the hell is going on, dude? What is going
I don't
on?
know.
I just want to know what's happening to my life. I've been in the loop for so long. I have no clue what's happening to me.
Purgatory, and there's nothing.
Hello.
You can.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19.
What's your birth year?
February 20th, 2006.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, because I like to go bomb poor kids in Gaza to kick Medicaid and all that.
Crazy. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I'm just curious. When you were with Dean's,
Never gonna know what they just said. Olivia, thank you for the $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
The world may never know.
Let's go on the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates, everybody. Alrighty, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Oh my, what's going on? Okay, if you're MAGA, send a guest request right now. Let's debate. Come on, don't be scared. Push the DJ glasses. Thank you. Wait, if it's just a US TikTok, does that mean that I won't have anyone outside of the US?
Probably, yeah.
What?
Which is weird, yeah. I don't know how that would work.
That's insane. Everyone, you're gonna have to. Everyone from Canada and from around the world, everywhere around the world, they're gonna have to come to YouTube. That's so crazy. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
48.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes,
Why so?
because he's the reason that my gun rights were not taken away.
What gun rights?
Well, actually,
What gun rights?
My right to carry a weapon.
Like in itself? You think that Kamala Harris is gonna take away all guns?
Yeah, that's what they were trying to do.
Okay, well no,
How?
Kamala Harris was not advocating to take away all guns, right? She owns a gun herself, just letting you know. That's one. Two is related to this. Donald Trump called for the termination of all rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, which would include the Second Amendment, which would mean that he's more of a threat to the Second Amendment and to your gun rights than Kamala Harris, let alone the fact that he called for taking guns first and doing due process second.
Well, he's the reason I still have my gun rights.
he's the only president in the last like 10 years to actually pass any meaningful gun regulations.
No, they were actively trying to take gun rights away.
Really? Is that why his ATF during his first administration proposed a ban on ghost guns?
Yeah, well, how come none of this stuff was ever said while he was in office?
What did you say?
What?
Because how come none of this was ever said while he was in office? Because when he was in office, there was no.
It went all the way up to the Supreme Court.
Well, how come y'all the only ones?
It didn't it didn't happen because she didn't hear about it.
Oh yeah.
By the way, we can't hear you because you're lagging. Did you buy MAGA Mobile? She must have got Trump Mobile. Oh, she left. Oh, that's Trump Mobile for you.
Well, damn.
Do tap that screen. Do share the live. I hope get it out to more people. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey.
Do you support Donald
Hey,
Trump?
what's up?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Hey, we are just looking for some debates, everybody. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. I recommend to go over to the YouTube channel and make sure to like the stream. If you haven't already, everyone, we have another hour and 8 minutes or so left on the stream. Just letting everyone know, hour and 8 minutes left on the stream. We already did around 4 hours earlier. If you missed that live, make sure to go check it out on my YouTube channel, everyone. Parker, get a job on YouTube.
Bitch, I don't.
What the fuck?
Hello? Hello? Push the corgi. What the? Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you do support Donald Trump. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
21.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do, yeah.
Okay, why so?
I guess I'm not too like fully into the grasp, but I just think what he's doing with like the immigration stuff and what he's doing with like
Is there a
cutting
way
tax.
you can turn off the background noise?
Oh, my bad. Yeah. Here, I can just go over here. Is that better?
Sure. Yeah.
Is that better?
Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, just like one in the other room. But I'm not like too versed in everything. But I just think what he's doing with immigration and like no tax on tips and like he just seems like a more of a prominent ruler, like a not ruler, but like president. Like people don't want to mess with him. He's got great standards and stuff like that. I know everyone has done like bad stuff. I just think like he just overall compared to Biden.
Sorry,
Compared to
what'd you
Biden,
say?
I said overall compared to Biden, like there was. I just don't think there's like a good matchup. Like I think you guys it could have been way better with someone else, like Michelle Obama or like someone else with the Kamala stuff. That just was never gonna work.
Okay. So you said immigration, no tax on tips, and then Biden. Biden, it was Kamala Harris that was running for office this time. Just want to let you know. Secondly,
No, I know that. I mean, it was Biden like the first, and then like obviously Kamala came through there at the end. But I mean, because it wasn't like a full cycle for her. It was like halfway through the election, Biden had that one
I don't know why you're explaining this to me like I don't know what happened.
Well, you just told me that that fucking Kamala was running. Like, obviously Kamala was running, but I'm just saying Biden went. He was running first. It wasn't like that.
What? Okay, no, obviously, but who was the last
I know what
election?
you just told me. You just said, "Hey, did you know Kamala was running?" I'm like, "Yeah, well, Biden was also running for the first majority part, and then they threw Kamala in there when no one would accept her. Accept him."
No, when Biden specifically decided to drop out because of his likely chance to win. Push the hand out. What's up?
Because he literally couldn't speak or do anything, or like he was not.
I mean, he could. He could.
I mean, he wasn't running the country. There's no.
You said that he couldn't speak. Do you want to listen to this?
I see a future where we save the planet from the climate crisis and our country from gun violence. Above all, I see a future for all Americans. I see a country for all Americans. And I will always be president for all Americans because I believe in America. I believe in you, the American people. You're the reason we've never been more optimistic about our future than I am now. So let's build the future together. Let's remember who we are. We are the United States of America. And
now let's take a look at Donald Trump. Would you like to watch this real quick?
Answer.
Yeah, we can do it.
Dana Marie McNichol, Fox News Channel. Mr. President, is there an expected time frame that detainees will spend here days, weeks, months? And does that have anything to do with the immigration judges you just spoke about being trained and staffed here?
When you say, what was the first part of your question?
Is there a specific time frame you expect the detainees to spend here? Days, weeks, months?
In Florida?
Yes, here at
I'm
Alligator
going to
Alcatraz.
spend a lot. Look, this is my home state. I love it. I love your government. I love all the people around. These are all friends of mine. They know them very well. I mean, I'm not surprised that they do so well. They're great people. Ron has been a friend of mine for a long time. I feel very comfortable in the state. I'll spend a lot of time here. I want to, for 4 years, I've got to be in Washington, and I'm okay with it because I love the White House. I even fix up the little Oval Office. I make it, it's like a diamond. It's beautiful. It's so beautiful. It wasn't maintained properly, I will tell you that. But even when it wasn't, it was still the Oval Office, so it meant a lot. But I'll spend as much time as I can here. You know, my vacation is generally here because it's convenient. I live in Palm Beach. It's my home. And I have a very nice little place, nice little cottage to stay at, right? But we have a lot of fun, and I'm a big contributor to Florida. Pay a lot of tax, and a lot of people move from New York, and I don't know what New York is going to do. A lot of people moved to Florida from New York, and it was for a lot of reasons, but one of them was taxes. The taxes are so high in New York, they're leaving. I don't know what New York's going to do about that, because some of the biggest, wealthiest people and some of the people that pay the most taxes of any people anywhere.
Okay.
That's fucking totally incoherent. Can you tell me what he means there?
Do we even remember what the question was?
Yeah, can you tell us what the question was actually?
They were asking about. They were asking about Florida. Something in Florida.
Sorry, what did you say?
They were asking about something in Florida. I guess I don't remember.
Something in Florida. So to clarify, the original question was how long would people expect to be at Alligator Alcatraz? And how did he respond?
Is that in Florida?
He didn't even respond. He just started talking about his relation to Florida, how he spends time in Florida, how he, it's just totally irrelevant. This is the biggest word salad, totally incoherent nonsense that if Joe Biden responded this way, that Republicans would have been freaking out about. But because it's Donald Trump, they just wipe it away. They act like it's nothing. They don't acknowledge the real and true cognitive decline of Donald Trump.
No, yeah. I mean, is Alligator Alcatraz, is that in Florida?
Yes.
No, it's in Montana.
Well, I'm just trying to refer to that. So I think he just was deflecting the question, and obviously he likes to ramble on a lot. Like I'm going to say, I don't like everything about Trump, but Biden couldn't even put a sentence like that together at all. He couldn't even talk about anything. Like Biden would not be able to talk that much about something at all. It would be like cookies and ice cream and random stuff.
Wait, we were literally just showing him at the State of the Union in 2024.
No, and honestly, he obviously it's not like he's never talked good ever.
Well, that's what you just said. You couldn't. That's what you just said he couldn't do.
Well, no, I'm just saying. I think it's way more prevalent, and you see it way more in Biden when you have a president.
Really? Because
of
like
the
it
United
doesn't.
States.
Wait. By the way,
I mean,
when
I
you
could bring up
like if
I'm
you
not
saw
gonna
that. Wait, if this happened with Joe Biden in office,
Yeah.
are you kidding me? Do you know what the
No,
Republicans would have
obviously,
responded with?
No, I understand that. I mean, I'm not like obviously MAGA like diehards. Like obviously, I'm gonna call it out how it is, and like obviously, I think he was deflecting the question and then just rambling on about like random stuff he was doing in Florida, which I don't think is right either. But what I'm saying is that I've just seen
No, it's totally incoherent.
I mean, not incoherent. He's just talking about like, yep, I have vacation there. I have like family.
Yeah,
people
but it
over
has
here,
nothing to do with the question he was asked.
No, it has nothing to do with the question. I'm just saying it was a
Like
deflection. of the
obviously no
question.
relation.
No, I know. I think he was just deflecting, and then he just got carried away with other things. It's not like he was just talking incoherently, like no one could understand what he was saying. Like you understand what he's saying by what he means, but it's not obviously doesn't tie to the question. I could pull up, I'm not going to pull it up because I'm not on my phone right now, but like there is multiple videos of Biden. Like, I mean, he reads off a lot of teleprompters, and obviously everyone does, but I feel like Trump's a
The
little bit
other
more
night,
free
you
flowing.
buy a house, they have a faucet in the house, and the faucet, the water doesn't come out. They have a restrictor. In areas where you have so much water, they don't know what to do with it. You have a shower head, and the shower does it. The shower. You think, it's not working. It's not working. The water is dripping out, and that's no good for me. I like this here. Listen, I like this hair nice and wet. You have to stand in the shower for like 20 minutes before you get the soap out of your hair. And I think, and it sounds funny, but it's really not. It's horrible. And you wash your hands, you turn on the faucet, your water comes out, and you're washing, the water barely comes out. This was done by crazy people. And I wrote it off, and I got it approved in Congress. So they can't
Or is
just
this
change it
Trump
because
saying
I
this?
did it in my first term, and everyone was so happy. And then one of the first things that Biden did when he came back was put the restriction on showers, toilets, and sinks. Put this and washing machines, and the washing machine, they give you like a quarter of this bottle, and you do your clothing. And people needed 10 of these bottles. And then the people came to me from Whirlpool. They said, we can't make a machine that's competitive. We can't make a machine, and it doesn't work right. They don't let us use the water. Do you have any problems with water? No! We have so much water, we don't know what to do with it. You know, it comes down from heaven, right? And I approved all of that. The washing machines, the whole thing, the dishwashers. That was the other one. They give you like this much water right up to there to do your dishes. So people, you know what they do? They keep pressing the button. So they just keep doing the dishes 10 times. They end up using more water than you would have used if you did it right in the first place. So all of that stuff has been written off. It sounds crazy. It's the little things. The straw. I let you go back to a plastic straw. I was tired of having straws melt in my mouth. You know, it wasn't working. The paper wasn't working so well. So these are the little things that I did.
I just want to clarify that to you right now. That was actually Donald Trump's speech, word for word. Someone else just read it off. Someone else just read it off. And you see how insane that sounds in someone else's voice.
Never heard such ramblings so
Incoherently.
clearly and so coherently. It was so coherent in such an incoherent way. It was messing my brain up. Never do that again.
No, I mean, I understand that. Like, obviously, he has times of talking incoherently, but I'm just saying that in the majority, I've seen Biden literally not be able to piece together anything. And when he was getting elected, everyone was afraid to even debate him. No one would want to debate him. Nobody did anything with him. I mean, Biden and Kamala couldn't do anything. Like, she didn't take one debate. Like, why didn't she do what Trump was doing? Just take a bunch of debates. And if she was super well thought out and could talk well, like, no, she does the same thing and rambles and rambles and rambles and rambles and rambles on about nothing. And I just think that Trump is just carries himself better and knows how to deal with like big authority.
What you
better,
just
like,
said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought.
That was all pretty rational. I've seen Biden literally not be able to form a sentence. At least Trump is forming words. Like, holy shit, like he can't even form a sentence on live television in front of everybody. And then I think obviously Trump just rambles on. He likes to do that. He likes to talk about random stuff.
Hey, Op, have you ever heard Sharks and Batteries before? That one's my
What?
favorite.
The thing is, I like you guys. Like, it's not even like a big. I'm not trying to be mad or anything. I'm just like.
Have you ever
And
heard
Biden
the
has that-
sharks and batteries before?
Sharks and batteries?
Yeah.
No, I have not heard of that. What is that?
It's where Donald Trump rambles about sharks and batteries.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it's pretty chopped. I get it. I mean, it just, when I look at it, maybe the media is presenting it to me in some sort of way, but it's just, whenever I look at it, it just, I think about Putin, I think about other big leaders around the world, and I just don't think that it would have been computing to have Biden or Kamala up there. I'd rather have Trump. That's how I feel about it.
Kamala is definitely more coherent than this.
No, definitely. I think Kamala is definitely coherent. I just think she doesn't really know what she's talking about in a lot of sense. And like, I know she has like a big background and all this other stuff, and like, I'm not going to take it away from her, but I think she was definitely privileged to get up to some of the places she's been.
I don't know, man. If what you're saying was true, I don't think that she would have whooped Trump's ass so hard in their debate. I mean, that was brutal.
I mean, from what I remember, I feel like it wasn't
Biden-
like that big of a whooping.
So I said, let me ask you a question. And he said, nobody ever asked this question. And it must be because of MIT, my relationship to MIT. Very smart. He goes, I say, what would happen if the boat sank from its weight and you're in the boat and you have this tremendously powerful battery and the battery's now underwater and there's a shark that's approximately 10 yards over there. By the way, a lot of shark attacks lately. Do you notice that? A lot of shark. I watched some guys justifying it today. Well, they weren't really that angry. They bit off the young lady's leg because of the fact that they were not hungry, but they misunderstood who she was. These people are crazy. He said there's no problem with sharks. They just didn't really understand a young woman swimming now really got decimated, and other people too. A lot of shark attacks. So I said, so there's a shark 10 yards away from the boat, 10 yards, or here. Do I get electrocuted if the boat is sinking, water goes over the battery, the boat is sinking? Do I stay on top of the boat and get electrocuted, or do I jump over by the shark and not get electrocuted? Because I will tell you, he didn't know the answer. He said, you know, nobody's ever asked me that question. I said, I think it's a good question. I think there's a lot of electric current coming through that water. But you know what I'd do if there was a shark or you get electrocuted? I'll take electrocution every single time. I'm not getting near the shark. So we're going to end that. We're going to end it for boats. We're going to end.
What can you tell me what he's saying in that context?
Well, I mean, he didn't piece the original point together, but he was telling a good story about, you know, if your ship goes down, the batteries are out, and you're gonna get electrocuted on the boat, or you jump in with the sharks. I mean, the story made sense, but I don't know how it correlates too much with the overall like plot of this stuff. But like I said before,
really, can you explain it to us? Like,
well, I don't know. I forget like I don't know any of like the pretext, and I forget what like the original question was, but pretty much the story was like this lady was on a ship and it was sinking, and she was worried about either getting electrocuted by the batteries or jumping in with the sharks.
Yeah, and
so she was like, "What one do I pick?"
And I'm confused. How would you get electrocuted by the batteries?
Well, I guess I don't know how that all works. If like I feel like the lithium doesn't, or like how the electricity goes out into the ocean and the water. But obviously, if you have a battery, something like that in like a pool, you will get electrocuted and die. So if it's in like a radius, if it's like a radius, like where the battery goes into the water and you are in the water, you will get electrocuted. Or if you're standing on the boat. I guess I'm not big into boats and batteries and stuff, but I just know that's probably a basic principle. Like you don't get into water with the electricity, like batteries.
You kind of sound like Trump.
Kind of. Yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. I mean, batteries and electricity in water don't mix. So if you get in it, you die.
In the name of preventing whale strikes. But you have a better chance of being struck by lightning than hitting a whale with your boat. There has only been, listen to this, one such whale killed off the coast of South Carolina in the last 50 years. But on the other hand, their windmills are causing whales to die in numbers never seen before. Nobody does anything about that. They're washing up on shore. I saw it this weekend. 3 of them came up. You wouldn't see it once a year. Now they're coming up on a weekly basis. The windmills are driving them crazy.
Can you explain? I'm not like an expert on like windmills and electricity. Like I'm just a normal ass dude. I'm just like that probably correlates maybe somehow.
Hold on. Does that sound unhinged to you as a normal person?
I mean, it's to not knowing any of the information. It does sound pretty unhinged because like I don't know how windmills would correlate with fucking
I love this. No, I love this. This is fun.
I mean, like I said, like it's just I don't even know. Like that's just I just feel like he talks better than the other two. So I'm just comparing what we could have had or what we could.
Wait. To clarify, you think that what we just showed you is more
Mm-hmm.
coherent than Kamala Harris? Can you show me one clip of Kamala Harris that is at all comparable to any of the clips that I just showed you?
I mean, I've seen clips of Kamala just like rambling
Kamala?
on about bullshit. Like Kamala, sorry, but, like I've just seen her rambling on about stuff that like they ask her a basic question, she just brings up, oh yeah, like grew up in a middle-aged family and I did this and I went to school. Like it wasn't even part of the question.
I'm sorry. Those are okay. Well, I'd love to see the clip. Go find it.
Well, I'm not gonna be able to find it.
I'll give you time to go
in
find
my
it.
closet. I mean, I don't even want to go find it. Can we just talk about something else? Like, I mean, just I get you. Understand you just played a bunch of clips to me, but I just feel
I'll give you time to go find one.
Oh my gosh, I guess I'm gonna have to go plug my phone in real quick.
Hey, Park, listen to this.
Yeah, well,
This is a tough hurricane, one of the wettest we've ever seen from the standpoint of water.
Thank you to Georgia for pointing that out.
That was a good one.
And I think it was a $10 thing.
you should play the clip I sent you on Discord, Parker.
Okay. Hold up. Let's play it. At what time? All 9 minutes?
Just play it until
Reopen Alcatraz. Can you walk us through that decision?
Did I say what?
To reopen Alcatraz, how will you use it? How did you come up with the idea?
Well, I guess I was supposed to be a movie maker. We started with the movie making and we'll end. I mean, it represents something very strong, very powerful in terms of law and order. Our country needs law and order. Alcatraz is, I would say, the ultimate, right? Alcatraz, Sing Sing and Alcatraz, the movies. But it's right now a museum, believe it or not. A lot of people go there. It housed the most violent criminals in the world, and nobody ever escaped. One person almost got there, but they, as you know the story, they found his clothing rather badly ripped up. And it was a lot of shark bites, a lot of problems. Nobody's ever escaped from Alcatraz, and just represented something strong having to do with law and order. We need law and order in this country, and so we're going to.
By the way, he says this as he's a convicted criminal in the White House, like in the Oval Office right now. He's a convicted criminal held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman that pardoned people who beat police officers on January 6th. Let's just clarify that one.
Look at it. Some of the people up here are going to be working very hard on that. And we had a little conversation. I think it's going to be very interesting. We'll see if we can bring it back in large form, add a lot. But I think it represents something. Right now it's a big hulk that's sitting there rusting and rotting. You look at it, it's sort of, you saw that picture that was put out. It's sort of amazing. But it sort of represents something that's both horrible and beautiful and strong and miserable, weak. It's got a lot of qualities that are interesting, and I think they make a point.
Just when you think Trump's mental decline couldn't be more obvious, he delivers yet another incoherent word salad that leaves everybody.
I think the rest of it is just VTC talking. This is from.
What about this one?
That's diabolical.
About the kind of numbers that I'm talking about, that because look, childcare is childcare. There's something you have to have it in this country. You have to have
Childcare is childcare. That is what it is.
You gotta have it. But no, I mean, I have like 2 examples, I guess, from what I could just find right away. I mean, I'm not prepared on any of this, and I'm not like a big political person. But also, I was gonna say that Trump just talks a lot, and he has a lot of speeches. He has a lot of rallies. He talks like 24/7. So these clips are just like taken one at a time.
Come on, Op. I also talk 24/7.
No, I know you do. I know. I'm not.
Did you find a clip of me rambling like that?
No, I
no. Seriously, like actually, I've been doing this for so many years. I've been elevated on so many lives, and you won't find a single clip like that of me. I've been blasted out of my mind, bro, on the live, and nothing will compare to that.
No, I understand that. I mean, obviously, I don't. You guys talk completely fine, and like, there's no problems with that. But I just feel like he does talk a lot, and I think he just feels like I feel like sometimes he's just talking to himself sometimes, and he's just up there and is rambling on about random stuff in his head.
Yeah, he's like totally incoherent, and like
I mean,
no one on the
totally
Republican side
incoherent.
acts
I mean,
like
he
that's
wouldn't
cognitive
get-
decline. That's just it's a
No,
rambling,
and obviously,
incoherent orange man.
Well, he's getting older, and but he's way more coherent and like more able than Biden. And I know Biden wasn't running, but
I mean,
Kamala,
honestly, the more that I see clips like this, the more I'm like, that gap is probably not that big. And if you care about cognitive decline, well, you would obviously wait. If you care about cognitive decline, you'll obviously acknowledge the clear cognitive decline with Donald Trump, but that does not exist in Kamala Harris, where it would make so much more sense to support Kamala Harris over Donald Trump because of the cognitive decline prevalent within Donald Trump. Everyone brought up cognitive decline as a reason not to support Joe Biden, but no one would have brought it up in relation to Donald Trump.
Yeah, because I feel like it was just more prevalent in the media and like just out there more. Like you saw it on the big interviews on live TV where Biden just couldn't even speak, and Trump was actually putting great points together.
Like what? Name one.
I mean, I'm not gonna be able to name any for you, to be honest, but I don't know. Like obviously, like I said, I'm not like too political. I just think that what Trump has been doing. I mean, I watch you guys a decent amount. I watch more Dean than you probably. Which is makes sense. But I think that
just because Dean gets more viewers. Like,
oh, okay.
Oh, you're paused. I can't hear you, man.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
now.
yeah. But there's like a decent amount of speeches, like at least interviews or stuff like that, where she doesn't really seem inclined to like know exactly what's going on. Like Trump, I feel like always has an answer.
And then that's why you couldn't find a single clip of her.
Well, no, it's called the passage of time speech, and she keeps on just saying the passage of time. Like she literally has no idea what the fuck she's talking about.
Find the clip. Then find the clip. Why'd it take so long? Why still have you not found the clip?
It's called the passage of speech in 2022.
Yeah, it was pretty iconic of her, not gonna lie.
That was a big one. I mean, that's what I just could find like online right away, I guess. I mean, I was just
2022?
Yeah, 2022.
It was iconic. It was iconic.
I just feel like she just kept on saying the same thing over and over and over again, and like I feel like she does that a lot, and she doesn't really do a good.
She was trying to mimic
12 minutes
Donald Trump.
Lost her.
I mean, obviously,
She was her name. This lady's name.
It's literally Fox News.
She is saying first year. She time.
To the passage about the significance and I.
The significance of the passage of time. See if you can follow this logic.
The governor and I, and we were all doing a tour of the library here, and talking about the significance of the passage of time, right? The significance of the passage of time. So when you think about it, there is great significance to the passage of time in terms of what we need to do to lay these wires, what we need to do to create these jobs. And there is such great significance to the passage of time when we think about a day in the life of our children.
Somebody should come up.
What? That's it? That's all you have?
Wait, but also I don't even here's my perspective. I don't even think that was incoherent. Like I could.
That wasn't. It wasn't even incoherent. It was just. It was fucking. It was literally just. It was trying to highlight a certain point.
Well, no. What I'm
saying
by all this.
I just want to add real quick. 1 second, Op.
Yeah,
I could agree. There's like poor like script writing. Like it definitely like I see the idea there, and they definitely didn't execute on the idea. I could agree. But it's like it wasn't incoherent. That's for sure. It was just a good idea that was like with failed execution.
No, I agree. I mean,
that's the worst he could find out of all the clips we just showed of Trump.
I'm pretext. Like obviously, I'm not like doing a bunch of research or like going into this. It's obviously just what I see. I mean, like then the media is completely controlled by like Republicans, then, which I really don't think it is. What I meant by the Kamala thing. Kamala. I'm sorry, man. Kamala. I just meant that she kind of just has good words and good framing, and she's a really good speaker. And I feel like she just says the most basic stuff you could say just to get away with it every single time and like not actually give a good conclusion or a reason to why of anything. And I'm obviously not going to say for everything, but what I see.
I don't even know
'Cause, like,
what
you gotta
specific
think, I'm gonna
circumstances you're
average
referencing,
that,
and
yeah.
if it, this is not a problem comparative to
Yeah.
what we just showed you with Donald Trump.
Can I give you $100 if you could find a single clip of Donald Trump speaking intelligently about policy in the last 10 years?
I mean, there's definitely, come on, like, that's crazy.
No, actually,
I don't think
actually
it
go
is.
for it. We'll give you time. I actually don't know if he'll be able to do this scene.
I don't think it exists. Like.
Oh, Dean, you
Dean, if I
out.
find one,
Oh, sorry.
will you give me $100?
If you find it, Matt?
Yeah, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
He was like, I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know if the $100
See,
is on the
like,
table.
he's a little bit worried there for a second. No, no.
Yeah, I don't know if the $100 is actually on the table, but the point is I've never seen a clip of Donald Trump like speaking intelligently about policy with nuance and well-founded reasonings. I've never seen it, never ever.
Yeah, Matt, I'm curious if you could find one.
Yeah, can anyone?
Oh, I probably wouldn't be able to, but if there was money on the table, I would do like a deep dive.
Mustache. Dude.
I would.
I could probably make a YouTube video out of it.
Yeah, probably. We had to go back to 1972 when Donald Trump actually said something coherent.
I paid a librarian this amount of money to see if they could find a single clip of Donald
Yeah.
Trump saying something intelligent.
And they found nothing.
I'll actually go like last 9 years after the debates. I'm pretty sure you could find like a clip or two from his debates with Hillary Clinton that were like decent. Or even like the Republican primaries. I think it's a Republican primaries. That's what it is. There's a couple clips from him in the Republican primaries that were okay.
Yeah,
Probably
I think if
not
you go
with
back,
policy.
like,
It's mainly not policy. I feel like a lot of the things that people would point to are like he would say that he's like anti-war, which we inevitably saw wasn't true, just like lip service, right? Along with the fact that like in terms of everything else, it was like him like being like, oh, I'm not establishment, I'm against the system. Like I really don't know what specifically.
I've been working on my my guitar. Been working on some Neil Young. You guys want to hear like 10 seconds of Neil
Go for
Young?
it. Go for it.
I'm working on it.
Let's go.
Got me searching for a heart of gold.
Yeah, heart of gold.
Intelligent speech has to include not lying, I hope.
It's a good one.
Meaning that literally you're not going to be able to find one. I don't think there's a single place where you could find like a speech like where he doesn't lie. Derby, thank you so much for the membership subscription. Thank you so much. Evelyn, thank you for the $5. Thank you so much. Shiki, thank you so much for pushing the $10. Sabrina, thank you so much for the $5. David with the $2. CD, thank you so much for pushing the $10. Kate, thank you so much for pushing the $5. Roro, thank you so much for the $10. Jay, thank you for the $5. Thank you. Sarah, thank you so much for the $2. KCD, thank you so much for the $10. Kind with the $20. Thank you. Olivia, thank you for the $2. Anna, thank you so much again. I really appreciate it. I think I'm caught up there.
I did not mean to turn on my camera. What do you think of this guy's googling right now? I feel like he's googling like Trump speaking smart about policy.
Wait, make sure to come back in the app real quick so that it doesn't accidentally kick you out.
Oh, I got you. I can't,
and then go back out. Keep going.
You can't even hear me when I'm talking?
Nope.
If I'm not.
No.
Oh.
He was talking the whole time and had no clue.
Damn.
He was like, why are they cutting me off, dude? They're so disrespectful. Cutting me off over and over again.
No, I was not.
I was just messing. I'm just messing. Someone asked, does Dean play electric?
Yeah, I do play electric. I do. Somebody in the chat is spamming saying Dean wants to sue all Republican creators. You know what?
Couldn't say it better myself, bro. That's right. every Republican.
Every last one of them.
Every last one of them. Can't expect.
Wait, Dean. Real question: has OM made a video shitting on you?
No. If you want my,
That's surprising.
If you want my take on why, it's because right now he's focusing on everybody that has been like publicly talking about him in the last little bit, and I haven't publicly talked about OM at all, really. I think this is probably my first time like publicly saying his name in like a couple months. So I think he just probably isn't focusing on me for that reason. I've been seeing him like go like really hard at other creators that have been publicly talking about him. Like I think I saw him threaten Harry Sisson with a lawsuit.
Yeah, like, dude, like if OM isn't even going to the extent of calling you out for that, maybe like if you were thinking about it, that would be like just diabolical that like so many other people are. I really wonder why there's so many people that are feeding into that. Like, I really don't understand. Because I really wonder where they're getting the information from.
Right.
Alrighty, everyone, give it 1 second. Give it 1 second. I'm actually here. Everyone, I recommend to go to my YouTube real quick and go follow me there. Go follow me there. There's people saying, I actually don't know who chat's referencing, by the way.
I don't know who Karen is either.
No clue.
Wait, you guys don't know who Karen is?
No.
Damn, that's crazy.
There's a lot of Karens.
Wait,
There's
I probably do. I just I'd have to I have to have multiple associations. Like, I typically it's like profile picture, or like voice and name.
The one that sang.
Whatever.
Oh, wait, is it the grandma that sings? Oh. You know what?
The grandma that sings. Oh God.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes. Yo, Karen, I'm gonna go and get something to drink real quick. Can you sing for the live while I'm gone?
Yes, and here's a song
Thank you.
especially for you and Dean. And Dean, I made a video for you, by the way. So here we go. I made a video for you in my account. But here we go. Parker and Dean, why do people have to be so mean to you? Like I said before, if they come to my door with that, they're going to get slapped. And, I have many, I'm still working on it. I'm still working on the full song. But what I've been hearing lately for you, Parker, and for you, Dean, absolutely not okay.
I like it, Karen.
Absolutely. And I made a video especially for you, Dean. And Parker and Dean, they're very intelligent. And this is, and I know that I sing a lot, but everyone needs to realize that this generation needs people like Parker and Dean. We need more Parkers and more Deans because they are doing good work. And that's what's important. You have to have people who are going to push forward the world and the next generations. And you, Parker, and you, Dean, are the ones who are pushing good forward. And down with Donald Trump. I know that I said beforehand, I wasn't about my wits. During that time, I had a few glasses of red when I said that. I don't support Donald Trump, really, I don't. Never have. It was just that lapse in judgment when I had a few glasses of red. But like I said, down with him. And I can't believe anyone supports how he was doing the things he did with children in the changing room. And anyone, and by the way, Dean, that's what I wanted to tell you as well. How dare anyone say, Parker, is it okay if I say this?
I don't know what you're gonna say, so.
Oh, it's totally fine. I'm not going to say anything outrageous, but I just wanted to say this. I've seen it to where you have people, and I said this in my post, you're having people who are backing up they're using their political beliefs to support Donald Trump no matter what he does, and they're not putting children first. They don't care about the children. They care about Donald Trump. That's why when you have people say that he walked into the dressing room and he said what he said about the underage girls, you have them say, oh, well, Donald Trump did this. It's the parents' fault. If you support that especially if you have children, if you support that whatsoever, and you try to back up a president just because he's a president, you are a part of the problem, and you should definitely be investigated. I'm saying that to everyone who's listening now. How dare anyone support what he's doing, and how dare you not put children first? You're putting your political beliefs in front of your children. And I am sick. This makes me physically sick. Physically sick that I live in a time, and I've lived 80 years, 81 here next month. Physically, mentally, spiritually, this makes me sick. So that's what I have to say to everyone. What's wrong with people these days? Even in my day, people, there's something, I'm upset, Parker and Dean, I'm upset. I'm just upset hearing all of this. That's all I have to say. I'm going to go, I don't know. But I absolutely enjoy watching you two, and thank you for the work that you do.
Appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. Have a fantastic night.
Thank you so much for all your kind words, Karen. We love you. Period, queen.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much. Oh, that was an accident. That was a little bit delayed. I didn't mean to kick her before she finished there. But can we get some W's for her in the comment section right now? W's for her in the comment section.
That last Trump supporter ran away.
I know, that was kind of sad.
Yeah. While you're working on getting that next guest up here, somebody in the chat asked if I do grunge. Here's like 30 seconds of Alex G while Parker's getting the next Trump supporter up here.
Go ahead.
Okay, more later. We got the next Trump supporter up here. What's going on, Geej? Do you support Trump?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 20.
Okay. What's your birth year?
2005.
What month?
Fuck. Okay, I am over 18, but I don't want to say my actual age.
Why?
Is that cool? Because people know me, bro.
Who?
But I am over 18, though.
Who knows you?
I can't say because they'll know me.
Okay.
Do you want me to leave? I'll leave. That's fine.
I don't know why your age would tell them.
You're saying that somebody's going to be able to personally identify you off of your age?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the only person of that age in America. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Well, it's many people. Okay. I mean, if you want me to leave, I'll leave. That's fine. I am over 18, though.
Oh, get the hell out of here.
Dean, do you like Judas Priest?
I do like some Judas.
Okay, nice.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Sorry, that was by accident. Have a good one.
By the way, his age isn't going to determine who he is, but his voice... I mean, his age is going to determine who he is, but his voice definitely is not. Like someone listening to the live, that's definitely not. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next person.
Thank you for these $15 over on Venmo. Sid asking me if I could play any One Direction. Not on guitar, but I could play "Sign of the Times" by Mr. Styles on the keys.
Nice. Yo, Anthony, how old are you?
I'm 53, man.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah, I did. I voted for him 3 times.
For sure. Can I thank some people and then we can go on with our debate?
What?
Can I thank some people and then we can go on with our debate?
It's hard to understand you, but you can do whatever you want.
Okay, Priscilla, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. Nightblade, thank you so much for the $3. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Gloria, thank you so much for the $50. Thank you so much for support, Parker and Dean, and also Matt. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Gloria. Keena, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you. As well as let me check everything on YouTube as well. Lacey, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you. Olivia, thank you for the $2. Evelyn, thank you so much for the $5 twice. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $10. What's up?
I got 50 cents for you.
Okay. So, why do you support Donald Trump?
Why not? You know what I mean? The dude's doing everything in the best in the world. You know what I mean? He's supporting this world, cleaning up the Middle East. You know what I'm saying? Taking care of these lefties on the left. They don't want people wearing masks, but they don't care about, you know what I mean? All them people in Colombia and all them wearing their caliphs and
what the fuck? Hold up. I'm sorry. You said we were doing everything the best in the world, and then you for some reason have an issue with.
I said the Middle East. I said the Middle East.
Yeah. Wait, hold up. Well, I was also going to reference that. What's up?
I gotta drop down here. I
Okay,
appreciate
for
you.
sure.
For letting that.
Appreciate you.
Good one.
Hold up, what?
So, okay, in terms of the Middle East,
Are you confused?
What do you mean by he's quote unquote cleaning up the Middle East?
Are you confused?
Yeah, that's why I'm asking you for clarification.
Well, the thing, you're whatever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I mean.
How many adult beverages have you had today?
How many what?
How many adult beverages have you had tonight?
Drink. I don't drink. I'm a father.
You don't think fathers drink?
Well, I'm telling you, I don't drink because I'm a father.
I apologize. Are you elevated?
I'm asking you why do you so vehemently hate this man?
Well, because he was held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman. He bragged about walking to the changing rooms of girls in Miss Teen USA.
After 30 years, you know what I'm saying? He had no grounds. She had no grounds for doing that. I mean, what do you mean?
Wait, what do you mean?
Who? The old lady?
Yeah. Wait, who are you referencing? Can you tell me her name?
Well, whatever. Celine, fucking Deline Dion. I don't know. I don't know her name.
You don't know her name? So how the hell do you know the case is wrong?
Well, I don't believe it. I just don't believe it.
Why don't you believe it?
See, you get into this little in the weed stuff, you know what I mean, and that's where your debating skills they fall apart. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They just fall apart.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Yeah, just what I just told you. Your debating skills fall apart because you try to bring God into it. And what is God? Is God a man? Is he not? Is he? You know what I mean? You're fake, phony, and whatever.
I didn't bring God into it at all. I'm confused.
But last time before even the election started, you promised me you would give me a chance before Kamala. You know what? Suck my dick, fag.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
What the fuck?
What just happened?
That went from 0 to 100. That's insane.
Bro, there's no way that guy wasn't drunk, by the way. There's no fucking way.
Yeah.
In no world did that guy not have an alcoholic beverage before he came onto the live. If not,
yeah,
I'm so confused with reality. I don't even know what's going on anymore. If not, there must be some elevation involved. You know what I mean? Like, I'm elevated, or you know what I mean? Like, he must be like on 10 levels above me.
What?
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
2007.
Do you support Donald Trump?
No, but I wanted to say that you have a you have.
Some people have been trying to tell me that I have a. There were some people in the chat that might be what they were trying to say. Is that there's someone impersonating me? Everyone, just to clarify, right? Please make sure you know what accounts are mine. There's only a few accounts that I use. Listen in real quick. There has been someone impersonating me. It is not my account. Parker Go Get a Job is not my account. My only accounts are Parker Get a Job, Parker Get a Real Job, Parker Needs a Job, right? And Parker Got a GF. Every other one I'm not going to be on ever. Okay. Also, like, I will verify that it's me on the account. Don't ever expect anyone DMing you as me. To be totally honest, I don't really have time to check all my DMs like that. So it's like, if someone is DMing you saying that they're me, it's probably not me. Like, to be totally frank with you. Unless it's like my main account, like, don't believe it's me. Like, I'm never DMing people on my second and third account. So never at all, worry about any of those. Like, those are the only accounts I'll ever be on. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, I am 28.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I don't, but I have a perspective to, like, I understand why they support.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Okay, by the way, everyone, we have like 20 minutes or so left on the live. We got one more conversation or so, and then I'm going to get off for tonight. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, as always, everyone, as well as you can support Matt, everyone. Make sure to do so. Make sure to do so. I'm serious. You better. Okay? You better. If you're on YouTube, make sure to like the stream. I would really appreciate. How many likes do we have on the stream right now, chat? Let me check. We have a little over 1,000, like 1,000 here, 1,100 for the 2,800 people in the stream. Let's try to get to 2,000 likes on YouTube. I would really appreciate that. For the 3,900 people here on TikTok, I'd really appreciate if you go over to YouTube and subscribe to me there. I've been getting banned on TikTok repeatedly. I don't have my main account back until like the 12th. It's ridiculous. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 22.
What's your birth year?
2003.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes. So, I was on here earlier and I wanted to talk about Ashley Biden. I cannot find
On here earlier. I remember that conversation. They were insane. Actually, I think they said that they were trolling, by the way, at the very end. You know what's funny? People, because they know I forget, they come up here and try to gaslight me because they know that I'll forget. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 31.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Why so?
I'm not a fanatic, but I support. And I actually wanted to come up on here because I was in Parker's live. And one thing I didn't appreciate, like you're kind. I like you. Parker, I'm not a fan at all. And I don't want to take out what he said out on you, but the thing of it is that I don't understand what Donald Trump has to do with Christianity. That's what really like grinds my gears with these lies, because they're always like implementing that, oh, if you're Christian, oh, if you voted Trump or whatever, it puts you in this category. Now, me and my Christian beliefs, I find that kind of offensive because it's like, it's this painted narrative that is just not true about the Christian people. There's a lot of Christians who didn't vote for Donald Trump.
Yeah, like that Parker guy is ridiculous.
Yeah, I agree. He's terrible.
Never listen to that guy. He's honestly like terrible for this platform. Ridiculous. Yeah. But in terms of Christianity, I don't think that Donald Trump actually upholds like Christian norms to any real degree. If we look at Donald Trump, can you name one Christian norm outside of the context of abortion that Donald Trump upholds?
What do you mean other than abortion? Because you're saying he doesn't support ABs because he's Christian.
Yeah, but like I'm asking any Christian norm outside of the context of abortion that he upholds.
I'm going to say probably not that I know of. I know that he identifies as Christian, but I don't know his personal walk with God or what he does on his personal time. We only know what we see on TV.
So, okay, so to clarify, could you name like a policy of Donald Trump's that you like?
A policy that I like. Well, I will say that when I did
Oh, multi-guest access restricted. That's unfortunate, dude. By the way, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy. I can't believe someone came up on my live and said, that Parker guy, dude. I don't like that guy, but I like you. That's a new one. That's a new one. Okay. Okay. That's a new one. I saw a unique circumstance. Okay. A unique circumstance. Just to say, yeah, dude, fuck that Parker guy. He's horrible. He's horrible. I really hope I can clip that, dude. That's hilarious. That is so fucking funny. Oh my lord. That is so funny. Chris, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you. As well as Jennifer, thank you for the $10. Thank you. By the way, everyone, we have no guest access on any account. Like, I seriously have no accounts right now that have guest access. I might have to use Matt's account tomorrow, depending on whether or not I get my account back here. I did not get my main account back, so that's like actually really scary. Let me see when I get my third account back. But yeah, I'm sorry, everyone. TikTok really hates me. Let me... Appeal not approved 2 days ago. 10:30 p.m. on the 6th. Oh, meaning that I get my account back. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, that's harassment and bullying. Oops. Oh, wait, I have my account back. Okay. My third account is back. So I can go on my third account tomorrow. Oof. Yeah. I don't know how long the ban was for. It doesn't tell me. Interesting. All right. Well, I'll use my third account tomorrow. So, Sid, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm down to do. I'm down to do that. Yes. Karma, thank you so much for the $10. I will do a reaction vid and response soon. You should let me know what videos I should react to. Yeah, definitely will. I think we kind of did on the stream a little bit today. We had like a little bit of a reaction with like some of the clips that we brought up, but I'm definitely gonna make a video out of those. But yeah, chat. We'll see what happens here. By the way, the setup that we have now actually looks a lot better. Like the bar at the top isn't that much. And like I actually really like the background and how everything's set up, and I'm a little bit more zoomed out than I was prior, so that's really good. William, thank you so much for the $10 for my old account. So that's really, really good. I really wish I could get my main account back, and I have literally no response to my appeal. Like, what the fuck? It's actually ridiculous. But yeah, if you have any last questions, go for it. Make sure to ask me. I literally have no guest access. And I don't know if I'll get it back. So that might be it for tonight. What was the reason? I don't know. It literally just takes it away sometimes. Let's see what it gave. It gave it for guest violations, sexual exploitation, and gender-based violence. Are you serious? Okay. Multi-guest live access restricted. Okay, wait, Oh, it must have been appeal not approved. Hilarious. Appeal not approved. Really? Okay. Well, I've got my third account. That's one thing. That's one thing I do have. I'm going to try logging into this other account here and see if I can get this account to work. If not, I'm going to get off. So I really recommend, what's my third account? It's Parker Get a Real Job. But seriously, everyone here on TikTok, for the 3,400 people here, can you please go over to my YouTube channel? I would really appreciate that. If you go like the stream on YouTube, I'd seriously really appreciate that. It'd mean a lot. Go over there right now for the 3,300 people. That's where I'm going to be for the last few minutes. I'll be on live for another 12 minutes or so. But all right. What time are you going live tomorrow? I should be live a lot later in the day. If you want to check the specific time I go live, look at my live stream updates channel on my Instagram, and you'll get more specific updates. I will be on later in the day because I am going to the beach tomorrow. My YouTube is Parker Get a Job. You can always find it through my link tree in my bio. I would really recommend to go to my YouTube. I post a lot of videos. The videos are really good. I've been posting shorts there, and I also post the live streams, and all the VODs are there. So if you miss any of my live streams, you can go back and watch any part of it. So like it's actually just it's just a better platform in general. It's just a better platform in general. Is Marge okay now? Yes, she said she's okay. She said she's okay. I'm going to answer a few more questions and then go see her. She actually might not be here quite yet. She's still getting back. There's 1,300 likes on the stream. We should try to get to 1,500, everyone. I'd really appreciate that. All right, everyone on TikTok, I'm going over to YouTube only. I'll see y'all there. I love y'all. Stacy, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $11.11. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. That's insane. That's so ridiculous. All right, I'll only be on YouTube, everyone. All right, end that real quick. And then I'm going to try and like go on this account and see if I can set up a stream on a different account. Because I want to be able to extend how many accounts I have because I'm like losing everything. My QR code. Boom. The issue with this is that it says like you just can't do it for some reason. I don't know why it does that. It says no access. I try to apply for access. Oh wait, here we go. Go live for in one times for at least 25 minutes. Okay, so I can actually set it up. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting. I can set it up. That's another backup I can have. Parker has concepts of a job. That's another backup I do have that I could use because it says it's allowing me to use TikTok Studio now. I just have to go live for 25 minutes. But all right, everyone. Yeah, I'll work on that. I'll try to do something about that. Maybe tomorrow at some point, I'll just run the live for like 20 minutes, or like while I'm posting videos tomorrow, I'll like go live and say hi to people in that account, like in the morning. And maybe that will get the live going. That sounds better. All right, everyone. Blink your hip before you leave. Got you. For the 2,800 people, make sure to like the stream. I would really appreciate that. Seriously, like, I just want to say right now, each time you like the stream, I know it sounds like just like you're one individual person, but it actually like really helps send out the stream. And YouTube is like such a better platform than TikTok. And like my TikTok shit has not been sending out recently. Like literally been having so many issues with TikTok. So I'd really appreciate if you help the YouTube because I'm caring a lot more about YouTube right now. And I'm really trying hard on YouTube. I know a lot of people do. I'm just trying to convince new people. No cough? Oh, I can do it again. Watch. No cough. That's how we do it. That's how we do it. All right, everyone. I'm gonna be getting off here. I love everyone so much. How do you hit that without coughing? I hit it too much, to be honest. To be totally frank with you, a little bit too much. Okay. But I love y'all so much. I love y'all so much. Seriously, like, I really appreciate everyone coming through every single day. I just want to say, you know, I always really appreciate everyone. This community is so fucking amazing, and I really couldn't do it without everyone. You know, being there, like, supporting me, and it really means a lot. Just wanted to let everyone know. I really seriously appreciate everyone, like, coming through every single day. I really love what I do. I really love what I do. There's a lot of bad stuff that comes with it. You know, Dean's really going through it right now. Dean's really going through it right now. And I really appreciate everyone there being there for him. Like, it really means a lot to me, because I care a lot about Dean, of course, you know, and, like, I obviously don't want to see him in circumstances like this where, like, you know, people on the internet are just, like, straight up slandering him. They're just straight up slandering him because he has influence. And, like, that's like the sick nature of politics sometimes. And it's, like, really sad. And it's like, I just hate that he has to go through that. And I just really appreciate everyone being there for him. It really helps out. Like, it really does. I know sometimes people might feel like, oh, if I say something on the internet, someone might not see it, you know, but, like, I just want to let you know, I see people's comments all the time. I might not say it on the stream. It might be when I'm not on the stream, you know, but I always see the comments. I see the appreciation, and it really does help in the whole fucking world of things and how crazy everything's going right now. And it really helps us go, like, and keep pushing forward. So I just want to say I really appreciate you so much. And, you know, Dean definitely feels the same way. I know he does. I can pull guests from YouTube, but as long as I have TikTok accounts, I'll pull them from TikTok because it's just easier to do it that way. But I can do from YouTube, so inevitably I can do from YouTube if I do StreamYard and stuff. But yeah, I love everyone so much. Thank you, everyone. Seriously, subscribe if you're new. I appreciate everyone so much. Have a great night, everyone. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Later in the day, everyone. I'll see y'all then. Like before you go.